don't want those memories back.
I'm sorry.
That is the appropriate response. Please don't stop doing that. I actually like hearing it because I am classically trained, so it's nice. It's nice to hear that. Yeah. So let me actually adjust. I'm peaking a little bit, so I'm gonna go into my sound settings and lower this wonderful Yeti that is upside down because I got a boom arm now.
Oh yeah.
Bring it down to 725. Try that. So, welcome back, Queer Witches, Dice Dragons, and Psychic Unicorns to another episode of ESPD&D presents Heavensfire, the queer mentally ill tarot card game where you can pull tarot cards and directly influence the game, playing in the invisible hand of fate as the hand of the gods. So welcome back, everybody. We are back from Anime Boston 2022. We missed 2020 and 2021, unfortunately. Anime Boston 2022 was a blast, and shout out to Susie Young and Lauren Landa for taking some time to meet and speak with us. Both of you are amazing individuals, and shout out to the Lava Show. That was an incredible time. I was the fox-eared cat girl in the front row. So thank you for putting on a wonderful show. Hopefully next time I'll be able to catch the Lava Press panel next time y'all come back to Anime Boston, which I'm hoping is next year. So that's all we got for me. I'm going to go around the table, as we do, and introduce the rest of our lovely cast. So let's call on some people, seemingly at random, and go ahead and let us know who you are, who you're going to be playing, and what you have going on. So we'll start with Harmony and Renee over at No Ordinary Heroes.
What's up? My name is Renee. I am playing Harmony. My, God, what is she? My sorcerer. Sorcerer warlock. And so far, what do I have going on for me? I've been spending the week recovering from con because I've been ill. So nothing has really gone up in terms of streams on the channel or other things, but there will be content. I plan on doing like a stream review of how MCM Comic-Con London, which is what I went to.
You were also at a convention this weekend.
Yeah, it was pretty insane to like. It's been 2 years since I've been back to a con cosplaying as well, so it was intense. I forgot that things were popular and you have to wait in 2-3 hour queues just to get one piece of merchandise.
You should apply for a press badge next year for No Ordinary Heroes. I might give it to you.
I've been thinking on it because maybe I can get more merch.
I
mean, make content. Mm-hmm.
Who did you cosplay as?
LiveCon show.
Yeah, LiveCon show for sure. Yeah, that's been on my to-do list for you don't know how long time.
Hell yeah. I've performed at cons before, like I've danced at cons, because I used to do K-pop like covers and stuff like that, but nothing talky. But yeah, I cosplayed as a person from a very obscure Chinese novel, Lan Wangji, with my waifu, who was Wei Wuxian, and then I cosplayed Barbara and the Traveler from Genshin Impact, because I am obsessed.
People say the Traveler, and I immediately think of Mercer and an orange-haired wig, a red-haired wig.
I would love to cosplay the Traveler from Critical Role, like that mane of hair.
That would be pretty rad, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's me for this week.
Awesome, thank you, Renee. And let's go over to Rory. What do you got going on in the world of the RGB?
Nothing much. Like stickers, you know.
Yeah, we like
art
stickers.
commissions. I want more art commissions. So that's another thing that I'd like to get into. I just want to draw everyone's D&D characters, like everyone. And that's what most people commission me for, and I'm very happy about it. My pronouns are he, they. I will be playing Key, who is a warlock with daddy issues.
We stand warlocks with daddy issues. I mean, isn't that built into the class description though? Like,
yeah,
Like when
That's
you choose
actually
Warlock, it
it's
says
a necessity.
Yeah, it
I
says
had to
you're
pick a
by the
parent.
way.
Mommy issues.
I had to pick a parent, and I already have mommy issues, so
It says in bold, by the way, your character has parental issues. You edgy
And bro, looks
boy.
like your parents are dead.
What was that thing Marisha Ray said, that happy people don't make deals with the devil?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
but that's about it for me.
All right. Well, let's go over to our fabulous dynamic duo down in the center of the screen there. Ember and Emma. Whichever one of you wants to go first, take it away. What do you got going on in the wide world of Ember and or Natura?
So Natura has kind of been on a really long hiatus because I have been trying to build up content for it and stuff, and trying to juggle how I'm gonna do that. But now I've had a lot of time at works where I'm not really doing a whole lot of extra stuff, so I'm gonna probably start posting on it. I'm gonna start drafting some stuff to put on it, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. But otherwise, I'm playing Thena, an amnesiac, who we recently found out is dubbed Godkin, so we'll figure out what that means.
Yes, we will.
And then hello, yes, I am Ember. What am I supposed to say?
Who are
I'm
you?
playing
Who are you playing? Yes.
Cohylerian Meliamne. Pretentious
Sugar baby?
sugar baby, just taking the whole world in one small pub at a time. Spreading toxic cheer. I don't have anything else.
Does she have a Live, Laugh, Love poster?
Oops.
Do you have?
Does
a Live, Laugh,
Co
Love
have a
poster?
Live, Laugh, Love poster?
Co's mother has a Live, Laugh, Love poster.
Because
Excellent.
mother's wasp energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Basically. All right. Well, thank you, Emma and Amber. All right, Gaby, what do you have going on in the world of Gabaruga?
Hello, Gaby.
Hello.
She, her pronouns. I got art going on. Emma and Elle have witnessed my mental descent into world building and planning and writing. And it's been a long project, and hopefully I'll get some stuff out because I'm working on a story. I have commissions on the side as well open, and a Patreon, everything at Gabaruga. And today I'm playing my very I don't even know what the word is. My very impulsive rebel elf Dahlia Lightbug, who's also a ranger with a little dragon. So, yeah, that's me.
And there are her links. All right. The very Top Gun-esque, badass-looking L down in the bottom there. L, what you got going on?
Hey, how's it going? I
Too
look
cool
like
for
a
school.
I look like a sports announcer right now, but like for like a drag race or something. I don't know.
You look like the announcer for the dinosaur races in Chult when we did Tomb of Annihilation.
Yes, absolutely. That's the one.
Johann Ginsberg, or whatever we named the guy.
Yeah, that's me.
Johann Maddox.
I am Johann Maddox. Who is this L you speak of? I don't know. I don't know them. So I am L Kovo, and I am doing art as per usual. I went like on a manic episode today and redesigned the D&D character sheet look, and so I did that earlier. And also I'm working on a secret project. It's not really that secret, like 3 people know about it already. For this campaign, so it's interesting. But I am also not opening, my commissions have been open, and so I am taking commission orders, if anyone's interested in those. And I am playing Megani Wildstitch, aka Megs, the lovely gnome rogue, who is here to fuck things up. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Elle. And last but certainly not least, Avalon Willowbloom. What's going on in the world of super suits and voice acting and a lot of independent stuff that you have going on over there in your world?
So right now, a lot of stuff's on hold. I'm going to be moving house very, very shortly, so a lot of stuff is sort of back burner until then. I am, however, leading a project with Supersuits for Pride. I can't give a lot of details on that yet. Nothing has released, but there's some cool stuff that I'm doing there that I'll be working on over the course of this month with my awesome cast and crew members on Supersuits. Otherwise, yeah, a lot of stuff's on hold right now. I haven't done any new TikToks or anything like that in a while. But I'm really excited to do new stuff after the move when I'm in my new padded cell. It's a better padded cell. It has a door. It has a door. This one doesn't. But yeah. So I use she, her, or they, them pronouns, and I play Libby, who uses she, her pronouns. I forgot to do that. I should have done that first. It's a weird day.
It's okay. We stand doors. Doors are important. Doors and corners, kid. All right, well, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into another episode of Heavensfire. Dramatic flair! So, when we when we last left off, our characters were planning, our heroes were planning on attending a dinner at Millicent Manor to meet the mysterious lord of Millicent Manor, Henrique Huddlestone, the reclusive lord who has been shut up in his manor for the better part of several decades. Nothing has been seen from the manor but the occasional cloaked and hooded servant milling around the grounds, and all things that are that would sustain life are regularly delivered to the manor from couriers who take home a substantial and sizable profit, who report nothing unusual, just a strange old hermit who prefers to have their deliveries left at the door. For anyone that is seen, they are usually hooded or cloaked, but there are regular deliveries, again enough to sustain life, so nothing too suspicious, but everyone is exceedingly curious as to what drove this Lord of Millicent Manor to be so reclusive. Now, he has sent invitations, formal invitations, to all of you, and some of you by proxy, but nonetheless, you are all formally invited to attend dinner. The Lord of Millicent Manor, the Aeroth to call, the Dragon Keepers, the Special Operations Forces, of whom Harmony Knives is a part of, or at least a potential recruit, the Aeroth to call. She is an irregular in the formal military, but is being eyed for recruitment into this secretive organization. That being said, her mission on this island is to... I don't want to use the phrase babysit. I'm not going to do it. But that's...
The most accurate.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is to be the charge of several wards, including a mysterious warforged construct, a diplomat from the Kyrosian Empire, a strange troublemaker who is somewhat quiet and seems to put themselves in trouble's way more often than not, and who owes some fines and property damage, a VIP noble who is on the run from their parents, and someone who may or may not have ties to rebel cells in certain areas of the world, those that directly oppose the crown, and a very tall, very green woman who is a subject of great interest, the Aeroth to call, and to the Voskratoria, the Queen's realm itself. Harmony has been put in charge of this group of people of interest. And again, through proxy, those who did not receive a direct invitation were confirmed that they would be able to attend, as everyone has a +1, at least. So, you had spent several episodes dealing with the Hand of Fate, the gods, and the tarot card pulls that we had since resolved. You had shopped for dress, appropriate attire, in order to attend this formal invitational gathering. You had sent supplies into the woods to assist the rebels who had been swept up in a recent tsunami, many of whom perished in this small, not terribly devastating, but devastating enough, as all tsunamis are, that washed all the way from the southern tip of the 7-mile Isle of Halavas as far as the cherry blossom fields, southeastern tip of the town of Fairhaven. The docks were a mess, and only about a day before the festival of Oceantide, the celebration of the god of water. Right. Now you had spent the past day getting to know other people in your party and really kind of familiarizing yourself with the lay of the land, the culture, the people, the celebration of Oceantide, the fried fish, the food, and each other. For the first time, you had all finally bed down in the inn known as the Ebb Tide. You had enjoyed each other's company, celebrating with spirits and liquors and ale. And after a very stressful few days for most of you, your heads finally hit your pillows until your long-awaited restful sleep was disrupted by a shrill scream coming from outside of the Ebb Tide, which is a tavern and a large antechamber where there are then 2 levels of rooms that wrap around a central courtyard, with which there is an open area up top. It is enclosed, but you had all woken each other from your slumber, one way or another, ran out of the Ebb Tide to investigate. Upon doing so, you encountered a woman who was paralyzed with fear, as this foul-smelling, seemingly decaying entity shambled aggressively towards this woman and her friends, who were, again, mostly paralyzed by fear, until a guard stepped in front, hoping to hold off this creature, whatever it was. And that's where we left off last time. Switch over to the Fairhaven. So, who is downstairs, outside, face to face with the terrified citizens, this Fairhaven guard, and this creature? This
I think
think
Dahlia,
rotting
That
creature.
Tina, and Libby
because I
first.
jumped out of
Dahlia
the
was first,
window.
Tina and Libby were next, and then the rest came after.
Yeah, Thina and Libby are both heading down the stairs. Dahlia leapt from the window, and I think Dahlia's the only one out there at the moment.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
right, because I remember you jumped down, notched an arrow, and that's where we stopped, correct?
Yep.
It is, yes.
Okay.
I want to porcupine this bitch.
You gotta survive for at least one round until I get down there.
Yes.
Yes, because my track record of combat in this campaign has been stellar so far.
Look, we just have to pray Aaron doesn't roll so many natural 20s again.
Right? By the way, Voidstorm, thank you for the follow.
I rolled cleric initiative. I got an 8, you guys.
It'll be fine.
Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be a-okay.
How many healing spells in the group?
0.
I have one!
I used my only potion on Granny.
Seriously, no
If
one else
I
has Cure Wounds or Healing Word?
If I
I
slap
used up
someone
all my
hard
stuff.
enough, does that count as healing?
I have Eldritch Blast. Will that work?
I'm bleeding out. Eldritch Blast.
I don't know,
Can I
maybe
Eldritch
could
Blast
stab
myself to cauterize the
someone.
wound with Shadow Flame?
I don't know, I could
I mean-
stab someone, maybe?
To be fair,
Like-
if you're dead, you're no longer bleeding. Just saying.
True. It's technically stabilized
Oh,
if you're dead.
Yeah.
No.
That is a
Correct.
form of stability, sure.
No,
Although
it's
I
no.
believe-
It's stabilized.
could
You're
argue-
technically stable because you're not bleeding,
one
or
could
getting
argue
worse because you're already dead.
decay is a form of instability, however.
True.
Yeah, but you only
So-
start decay for a few hours,
Unstable.
so you got a few hours of stability.
I am unstable.
Unstable. This poor god. His life is in our hands.
Is that the 9? Is the guard the 9? Oh yeah, duh, it says guard. I know to read.
I
Dahlia,
think this is
roll
the
initiative.
first time I rolled good initiative on Roll20.
I think we finally I think we managed to get ahead of the zombie though.
Oh,
I
are
think
we
all of us
all
did.
rolling?
Okay. Yeah, you can all roll initiative. So I'm just curious, Ko, where were you in the process of all this? What was your... I know we discussed the order of people getting outside and getting down into the street to assist this town guard with whatever was happening.
I think I was making my way down, but I was like going through like the inside of the building.
Yeah.
Like, down the stairs.
Okay,
Down
so
the hall.
we'll say with... we'll give you almost a double dash, so you can get down the stairs, out into the street. Go ahead and make a general acrobatics check for me, just to see how well you can maybe slide down the rail and maybe tuck and roll out the door and make your way into the street. Just out of curiosity. See if you get any extra, really.
15.
Okay, yeah. So you kind of slide down the rail and in a very elegant, almost a very elvish way, kind of slide down, hop up, run out, kind of swerving in and out of people. Those stragglers, and throw open the door, kind of do a little slow turn and sprint towards the opposite side of the building through the church. Without a proper visual yet, though. So you'll be there in the next round. Keneela, where are you in this shenanigery?
Trying to get a view from the window that Dahlia jumped from, I guess.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so you have a clear view. It is 2 stories down. So it's quite a ways, but Dahlia, being an agile elf, was able to very easily jump down and do a little tumble forward. Very impressive to the point where she grabbed and it kind of is in the process of kind of notching an arrow and aiming as we speak. So you're watching this and you can see her now pulling back on the arrow. What do you do?
Do I have a view on whoever is being aimed at with an arrow?
Yeah, it's pretty clear of a view. You can see down into the street. So this main street right here, sort of the western road towards the Evergreen Farmstead, there is this individual who is kind of tattered robes, old raggedy hair, and who is kind of stumbling forward towards this group of women. It's 3 women or feminine presenting folks who are kind of struggling to get away. 2 have managed to turn tail and run, and 1 kind of tripped over herself and is kind of struggling to get up and to fix her dress, while the guard has stepped in front of her and is instructing this individual to stand back, but he keeps walking, and he has this very dark, intimidating visage about him, something very unsettling, almost like the features are sunken and somewhat decayed in a way.
Yeah, Key would be trying to cast Eldritch Blast from up at the window as well.
Okay. Right. So, sparking up some Shadow Flame, go ahead and show me an Eldritch Blast.
Let's see,
Someone on
Eldritch
Twitch says,
Blast
"Tell
is
Harmony I said hi, gay."
+6.
Yes.
18.
18 will hit, yeah. Show me some damage from the Shadow Flame.
Okay.
And what does your Eldritch Blast look like when you really fire one off?
It is a mix of this like purple, black, pink energy coming from the palm of her hand where she has that bracelet.
Okay. So this purplish black shadow flame right out of the palm, where you can see the gem just this concentrated blast strikes this thing as it ignites in this shadowy flame that crackles but doesn't seem to act the way normal fire does. And there's a little bit of an impact sound, like, and the guard kind of jumps back as you can hear the licking of flames, but it doesn't seem to catch. And this creature just kind of adjusts. Anything else?
I also had agonizing blast, so it would have.
Oh, it pulls.
Adds con.
It just
damage.
adds
Oh,
charisma
okay.
modifier to the damage.
All right, show me more damage. What do you got?
It would have been 4 more.
Woo! Yeah, as this happens, you can see it tries to readjust, and you can see its right arm where you had struck in the shoulder. The right arm just slowly starts to slough off, and the bone just, you can hear the pop, and the guard just, fucking hell! As he kind of jumps back and puts the spear down. Don't get any closer, I made it! And the thing just, it opens its jaw that kind of slowly just continues to extend.
Yeah, that's all I do, but I stay at the window and watch.
Okay. Dolly, you just kind of jump with a start for a second as you kind of turn around, and you can see in the window he with their hand out, and you can see the gem in their palm kind of smoking as they're just kind of looking down to examine. You readjust, you still have the arrow cocked.
Yeah. Does the person that was like still there seem to be getting on their way to run the hell out?
Yeah, she's trying.
Okay, cool. So don't need to worry about
But
her.
it's all happening simultaneously, so.
Yeah. Arrow notched and like Rue like on my lap, because I imagine like I landed, done like a tumble thing, and I'm like kind of crouched down. Rue's like just sat there because I was like hugging him. Notch an arrow, and as I pulled back, the golden and like green freckles on Dahlia's arms start lighting up, and then Rue opens his mouth, and there's like a little crackle that extends through her arm, and she releases the arrow. And I'm using Infused Strike.
Okay.
Okay. Which is a how do I show this? I need to copy paste this. Which is a Drake Warden thing now that I have Rue. That is a 18 plus 7.
The hit?
I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah, damn! Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does a
Oh my God,
32 hit? Ooh.
You got me.
Yeah, we're gonna shit ourselves in a handful of levels when that doesn't hit, though.
Yeah.
Stop.
So just wait until you fight the big scary boy with the laser beam breath.
No.
Oh, we could just be
No.
friends, though. Like,
You
we don't
talking
have to
about one
do
of them?
that.
I'm
talking about one of
just
the many
kidding,
witty
or
laser
am
beam
I?
breath.
Yeah.
Laser beam breath is not even fair.
Well, you see, there's this thing in the monster manual, and there's been a trend recently, over the past 5 or 6 years or so, about this one very specific thing in a monster manual, and people say, easy, don't sweat it. It can only do certain things, and you can cheese it. So I upgraded it, so you can't cheese it.
Oh.
You ever seen a Godzilla movie?
Are you talking about?
shouldn't follow trends.
You ever seen a
Essie.
Godzilla
This
movie?
suddenly became
Essie.
Dark Souls. Like,
Are you talking about that big squid thing that leveled half of Waterdeep in the Monday game?
Ooh, I could use that. Who knows? Maybe I'm talking about
Is
no,
that
that.
not what you're talking?
no, I
How many
did.
laser breath things do
That
you
was
have?
us, though.
Oh, you'll see. Wait, hold on. I feel like Yoda right now with the I'm not afraid. Oh, you will be.
We took it,
Yeah,
it took our
you
whole
will
party,
be.
several whole ass dragons, and
Oh, yeah.
a platoon of fucking wyvern riders to bring down this thing.
It'd be like
It
that,
took
yeah.
a ton of effort. It leveled a large chunk of
Oh yeah, I
Waterdeep.
mean we still have those, but they're still in
Algae
dark
just forgot to
space.
park the car. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
What do you think drove Satyr mad? Anyway, that being said, go ahead and that hits. So what happens? Describe this infused strike for us, Dahlia.
So, arrow like notched, her freckles start kind of glowing, and there's like a little crackle, as if they're like connecting through the freckles itself.
Mm-hmm.
And Rue's gonna like give like a open his mouth, and it's gonna the lightning that's like coming off his like mouth and like kind of being conducted by his like fur and his feathers just extend through her arms. She lets go, the arrow starts getting really, really, really bright and just like sinks in and just kind of like erupts in like a of lightning. Because I'm descriptive like that. For 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. How do you dispatch this creature? Describe to me what happens and how you do it. Yeah. No, you pumped a lot of damage into it.
A face.
It does, but it seems to be rotting away. Don't worry, this was easy for a reason.
I want face, exploding, and bonus points if mucus and slime get on the guard.
Okay, alright.
Because fuck cops.
It just explodes in this kind of mess of a melted face as it kind of sparks with lightning, and the lightning kind of continues to just around it as the face is blown off and the rest of the skin kind of melts off, and it just, there is viscous ichor and bone splattering that just and slowly rains down onto the guard and also in front of Dahlia. As this thing falls forward, you can see that it has you hear a little bit of a clank to onto the old cobblestone road as it falls, and you can see something hanging from its neck that just kind of lingers there on the pavement. And in the distance, as it falls to the northwest, you hear as it kind of trails off into this reverberating tone that just kind of, and the howl that normally you would think would be a wolf, it just kind of trails off with this guttural gurgle at the end and almost turns into a cackle. And the guard just doesn't know what to make of any of it. That woman just kind of gets up and runs towards her friends into the center of town.
Can I see anything?
You take a second to look around your surroundings and make a perception check.
Okay, I'm good at those. Fuck yeah, number 18. 18 plus 18, 26?
18 plus 18?
18 plus 8.
Make a history
26.
check at advantage. As a
No.
follow-up to that.
Oh, no. Okay.
Phase 2.
I just rolled double nat 20s.
Woo!
Whoa!
Which is good because my history roll is 0.
Okay, two things. One, there seems to be a sort of a stylized necklace of some kind, bearing some form of sigil that is attached to, that is hanging around the neck of this creature. And those unnatural howls seem to come from what would be the Crestfall Cemetary, the northwest. That is the only thing that you can think of, kind of narrowing down time and distance, and the sound. The sound likely originated from the area of the Crestfall.
Which isn't nearby, I'm assuming.
About a 20 to 25 minute walk.
Okay, never mind.
No, not
I'll
even.
get
Hold
there
on. I'm looking at the town map. You can get there in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I stand corrected.
Cool. So like 100 rounds.
Right, but you are currently out of initiative. And the guard.
Pull up to the guard.
What?
How many men are there? Crestfall Cemetery.
There's no one at the cemetery at this hour. It's the groundskeeper, and that's about it. we don't station people to guard the dead. I mean, occasionally a child, the teenagers will come and deface the headstones, but it's few and far between. They're usually fined. I'm sorry. This.
Get people there.
I have to. Oh. And he just kind of takes off and runs into the town. And there is an eerie calm and a little bit of a fog that kind of rolls in from the northwest as you
Dahlia,
hear another faint howl.
What's happening?
Key at this point will make their way down.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Meg's
Let's wait
probably
for the
is
others.
shouting from the window, like, what's happening?
Get down here.
Libby, after seeing that Dahlia is clearly unharmed, Libby starts sort of looking over the corpse to see if she can ascertain any details about it.
Yeah, can Thena get a
Homebrews
little
gonna come
closer to
downstairs
look
as
at
well.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm guessing gonna go downstairs and take a look.
taking some time to really turn over this corpse. There is what appears to be in the inside of what's left of the pocket that is now smoking and partially on fire. You remove what appears to be some sort of an envelope wrapped in old leathers, and it is smoking a little bit, and part of the looks like part of the inside of the contents seems to have caught on fire with the lightning, as little sparks still. And there is this sigil around its neck that clanged onto the cobblestones. And I'm gonna say, who's the first person to go and really turn out the pockets?
Probably Libby, since she was on the way down at the same time as Thena.
Yeah, and
Libby,
Thena followed Libby
Libby or Dahlia?
behind, so.
Are you both going for it?
Yeah.
Okay, both you roll a
I guess
d20.
so.
I was going to pick it up with a dagger, like scoop it up so that it's hanging off the edge of the dagger and I don't touch it yet.
Okay.
If that's
I
okay.
got a 14.
14? What'd you get,
I
Libby?
got a nat 1.
That one, okay. So Libby kind of goes to walk over, and Dahlia just kind of runs in front of you, and I'm going to say you go through it first. I'm going to say just give me a general dexterity saving throw, because the thing is still sparking a little bit.
21.
Yeah, you're good.
Holy shit,
You're
I'm
good.
rolling well.
It's still your energy. You know your way around your own techniques, and the energy still. And you're shit. Son of a bitch. You're kind of, and you pull out that sort of smoking leather envelope, and Libby's just standing there with a knife, like she was ready to scoop something out. But Dahlia just kind of slaps that fire out and blows into it and is able to shake it off. And then there is still that necklace that hangs from it. And Libby, you can still pick that up if you want. It has essentially stopped sparking now. There were just a few more residual sparks coming from the corpse. And yeah, big Curse of Strahd flashbacks for sure.
She'll like I said, she'll pick it up with the dagger and like let it hang off the blade and try to inspect it to see if it still seems to be active. If it's not, she'll take a minute to cast Identify on it and see if she can ascertain what it was.
Okay, so you pick up this necklace and hold it there, and you can see as you hold up this necklace by your dagger, it is sort of this silvered chain, and at the bottom of it there is this very elegant looking eye. Just a steel sigil, and it almost looks like the Eye of Horus, but it has sort of that stylized eyeliner on both sides, and one has a slight angle to the other. It's similar but unique to this world, and there's something about it. The paint on the eye has this sort of green, like it's deliberately painted with this vibrant vibrant, dark shade of green. And the center
Do
is
we-
this black opal that just kind of stares at you.
She stops for a second before casting anything, looks around. Do we happen to have about 10 minutes or so? I would like to identify this, but I am almost tapped for magic for the day.
Could it wait?
In
Because
theory, but
there's more.
there's more. Okay.
There's
There's
more.
more.
Does
There's-
someone have actually she'll pull out her reliquary and just put it in there for the moment. Maybe take a second to wrap it up in some extra paper just to
Yeah, covering up
keep
nice
it
and good.
insulated from
Yeah.
everything else in the box.
You got it.
I will identify that later then.
Sorry to interrupt, but what exactly is going on and waking me up from my slumber?
well,
Something
Dina's
was
just
about
gonna
to kill
point
innocents.
at the thing.
Some of us need our
Okay.
sleep not to be crabby in the morning.
Nix, you mustn't talk about yourself that way. You give yourself low self-esteem.
Oh, I'm assure you, my self-esteem is much higher than anyone else's here.
Can we please focus on the issue at hand?
Yes, of course. So, there's more zombies at the cemetery?
Is that what this is? Libby will sort of look over the corpse again and see if she can identify what it was and whatnot.
Okay, make an Arcana check
Right.
for me.
Can Harmony assist
As you
me?
wish.
Are you proficient in Arcana, Harmony?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you may. Hydrator die straight, thank you, Isabeth.
And that's a +2 to the roll for the assistance.
Disadvantage. So
Cool.
+2 is for flanking. If you're flanking, you get a +2 to hit. For the
Gotcha.
assist, you get advantage.
It's a
Skill
natural
checks.
17. Natural 17 +5, so 22.
Okay, skill checks are a little more flexible, and don't forget to hydrate or die straight. And we do not want to die straight. And thank you again, Isabeth.
Especially not this month.
This seems
Yeah.
to be this seems to be Happy Pride Month, everybody. By the way, officially, we're here, we're queer, we're very gay, we're all queer in some way. I just made some kind of a haiku, and I'm very excited about it. But Happy Pride Month, everybody. We see you, we love you. All of our games are all very queer coded, by the way. So stay tuned. That most of the characters are queer unless otherwise specified, including that random guard is probably pan. So that being said, this seems to be some type of undead creature. Hello, gays. Yes, some type of undead necromancy at work here.
Do I have an idea if it was something that was, like, summoned with a spell, or if it, like... I'm trying to think of how to phrase what I want to know. Does it seem like the necklaces are a form of control, or would I need to, like, identify the necklace to know that?
What are you trying to discern specifically?
What role the necklace plays in this necromancy? Is it what reanimates the corpse, or is it, like, how they control the corpse,
Yeah.
or is it incidental?
Difficult to tell without identifying it.
Okay. I'll just hang on to it for now then.
Uncertain. They may or may not be correct. Connected. I will say whatever you want to surmise, you can surmise, but there's really no clue here that can lead you to believe anything one way or another.
She's not fond of assuming if she can help it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Likewise.
I mean, beholden to the god of knowledge and a construct literally for the purpose of storing and disseminating knowledge, assuming is unbecoming. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh. Do any of you know where the cemetery is?
Me.
Yep.
And were there any guards nearby that we could alert? I fear if there's a whole cemetery of the walking dead, as it were, we might
I
need some
yelled at one.
assistance.
Seems like Harmony's job is quite easy. She need to yell at gods to do what she wants them to. Fair enough. I yelled at one to gather equipment. I don't know how useful he's going to be, though. It's the main thing. Should
Okay.
we go?
I
If
think we shall.
If we pass any more on the way, perhaps we can spread the word. It would be wise for them to be on alert with the town.
Yes.
It's been a very eventful 24 hours for Fairhaven, hasn't it?
Oh, you have
You
no
have
idea.
no
Let's go,
idea.
lesbians. Let's go, lesbians!
That is canonical. We
Let's
both
be
say
a
that at the same
touchdown.
time and walk away.
Libby tilts her head a little bit at "Let's go, lesbians," but doesn't really say anything.
Dahlia's walked away. Leading the way to the cemetery, assuming that she knows what they're being so.
Before Libby starts following, any like clothing on the body she'll use to like cover up the head, and just sort of instill a little bit of modesty or
Okay. Absolutely.
not decorum.
Is anybody?
You get my point.
Okay, so Gaby, you have this flaming letter it's just wrapped in sort of a thin twine, and it's leather bound. You know, like an old-fashioned important correspondence would be. You have the correspondence inside, and you have sort of a leather-bound scroll, and you can open it up, and the leather acts as sort of a protector. So that's what you have.
Can I read it while I walk?
Yes, you can.
I want to do that.
Okay. This is what it says. I'll let you read it however you want.
Greetings, heroes, or possibly fools. Depending... Why is it dyslexic reading? Depending on your next course of action, Artemis fancies himself a proper steward, but in reality he is just a short-sighted... I'm sorry,
Curmudgeon!
I read comrade.
Curmudgeon!
I read comrade. I should not be reading this.
Would you like me to read it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I could read
Alright.
it as Libby if you like.
I will I will read it in the appropriate voice because it's a lot funnier that way.
Yes, do it.
Greetings, heroes, or possibly fools, depending on your next course of action. Altoris fancies himself a proper steward, but in reality, he's just a short-sighted curmudgeon. I have made a significant breakthrough in the work, and I will not let some half-wit servant stop us from true potential and penultimate security. See me in the catacombs, and we can talk. Did you like my servant? Wonderful, isn't he? He also serves tea. Toodaloo!
I like this. I like this vibe.
I can't believe we missed on. Ghoul tea.
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
Spill the ghoul tea.
Eyes. Roll her eyes and just close it and just like be like, please, why? And just
The Mad
turn it
Hatter
away and
as
continue.
Sorry. The Mad Hatter as a necromancer is not something I expected in this campaign, but I'm into it.
I love this. I love this.
Unbirthday has a whole new meaning in this context.
Who is Artorias?
Arthur is the guy from the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
You can all make a history. Yeah, I believe your forms are signed Lord Arturius, right?
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
Tina's seen the letters to know that. Everyone's been calling him the Lord of Millicent Manor.
It is signed, and there is a very long signature.
Gotcha. Okay.
Perfect.
And it is signed.
This bitch is gonna insist that we use the full name. No nicknames, no short nick.
It is
Come on,
signed.
Artie.
Virlis Acrocanus de Rusio von Schnibbelnacht III.
Fun
Hearing
schnibbel.
Artie.
I'm
nuts.
sorry.
I'm gonna need you to spell that out for me.
Tight.
Shriveled
I fucking love all of you.
I haven't even met the guy, and that's his name.
Shriveled nuts. Artie shriveled nuts. What's up, man?
In my head, he looks like a cross between LeFou and Jafar.
It's not too far from the truth.
Oh God.
We're keeping this man. Alright.
That's too many consonants. Please put some of those back, sir.
It's a little. This like 8 too many consonants.
Okay. So, course of action. What do?
Going
We're
to
on
the
our way.
cemetery.
Yeah. Libby's got light cast on her shield to help with anyone who doesn't have night vision. Like her. She doesn't have dark vision.
Harmony, is this something that your friends at the fort would like to know about?
Possibly, but the one guard that was here has already been sent off, courtesy to. Sorry, I've forgotten your name.
Oof.
Don't worry about it, sweet cheeks.
Oof. Ultimate burn. Sorry, what's your name again? It's like the first episode of Black Sails, where he's losing control of the crew and his quartermaster is like, Billy's coming with you, and he's like, who the fuck is Billy? And Billy's like standing right there.
On. Oh, Billy.
Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
What's your name again?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Schnibblenuts.
It's shriveled nuts.
My name is
It's already
Shriveled Nuts.
shriveled
Yeah.
Already shriveled nuts. What's up?
Also, I tucked Rue in my quiver again.
Okay, yeah.
Still trying to keep him hidden. Well,
Twitch is
Harmony,
gonna
someone was about to
just
die.
materialize and start following us to the cemetery.
Okay.
Doing the thing that cats do where they like bounce walk to keep up with people?
Yeah.
This kind of his cackles are up a little bit
I give
as
Twitch
the
some
fog
of the
rolls
snacks.
in. Okay. What kind of snacks?
I'm gonna, the snacks I got for Rue. Those little
Oh
meat
yeah,
snacks.
totally awesome.
Just gonna
Yeah.
Oh,
gonna like make a little.
He's very
trail.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's following.
And then we're making our way to the cemetery.
Okay.
Also, I want to keep out an ear out for any of those noises again.
Sure. Okay, so you're taking point?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So go ahead and we're going to say that you slowly begin, unless anyone has anything specific they would like to do and or say and or investigate here at the scene of the crime before they continue northwest into the wooded area towards the Crestfall Cemetery.
Yes.
Well, we have to go to the catacombs. Sorry.
We don't have to do anything. That's just what the letter says.
Ko is finally gonna step out and be like, "What was all that noise? I was sleeping."
Morning,
I
Dad.
was in like a silk robe
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
slippers. Like, what the heck? What am I doing?
What's going on? I was in deep sleep. Y'all interrupted my REM cycle.
Because, like, I feel like every one of us, except for Ko, just sleeps in our adventuring clothes because we're paranoid as fuck. And then Ko's like,
Those in silk, like
Silk
expensive
pajamas.
silk,
Okay. Did you...
the kind that's scratchy.
Well, you all had about 4 hours of rest, so you successfully completed a short rest, but you have not completed a long rest yet. Now, again, you don't have to do anything, but there is some kind of a dire wolf howling coming from the woods. There's a thick fog rolling in, and there's been a murder, and some kind of message directed towards all of y'all, along with this Nick.
We should probably investigate the cemetery, yes?
yeah.
Well, I would not mind helping, but I don't think I'll be particularly useful.
Perhaps if there's no immediate danger, we return to finish our rest and investigate further in the morning. Daylight would probably make it easier to investigate.
Yes, but I think we should investigate now before whatever it is there decides it's time to leave.
Yes, I
Considering
agree.
Most
I agree.
night-dwelling creatures will leave at sunup.
Right, that's my point. We investigate now to determine if there is currently any danger, and then we go from there.
All right.
Dahlia, you know the way to the cemetery, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Dahlia, that's her name.
yes, Harmony, that is my name. But I've gone by many, don't worry. It's honestly hard to keep up. Make our way there. I have finished I don't require any more sleep, so after we investigate
some
if
of you are
everything's
fully
safe,
rested.
yeah, 'cause, elves only need 4 hours. I could stay back after you guys go get for rest, just to make sure. Only afterwards, only after if we even come to the decision that it's okay and that there is no immediate need. But it's an option. Keep an eye out. Oh shit! I forgot all you needed to go speak to the bartender at night. Was she still awake?
Oh,
To be fair, this was very distracting.
yes, Erica
Yeah.
Bumblepot.
Yeah.
Okay. We can just say that you did. What is it that you wanted to? We can wreck on that. So what is it that you wanted to speak with Erica Bumblepot about?
It was the message from the camp.
And what about it specifically?
Because I sent a message and there was going to be a response from Captain Brungus there that Katya sent to the barmaid, and I was supposed to go get the message.
I think they were gonna just send it. I don't think there was anything that was gonna be sent in response to you.
Oh, okay.
But I think they were gonna.
Katya said that was a possibility.
Possibility. Yeah, I would say you check in. Nothing, but somewhat to be
All right.
expected because right now you're just. What's most important is that you're sending the message that there is something happening on the shore, on the shoreline, or in the waters, or on the beach, and that they should be aware of danger potentially from both angles. And you were able to get that out, no problem, between Katya and Erica Bumblepot, and also the family at the general goods shop, who is sympathetic to your cause. Kind of like all hands on deck, with especially with so many soldiers. Also, if you're still here, good night, River. Thank you for hanging out with us. But yes, you're confident that one way or another, and that would be confirmed, is that your message is underway. So,
Okay.
at the very least, that's what you confirmed.
To the cemetery. Then.
Okay, right. Do the cemetery. Fair enough. All right. So it's about a 10-minute walk, and y'all have some. How are you approaching? Running? Are you walking? There is a thick fog that has rolled in. But you tell me.
We should probably approach stealthily.
Mm-hmm. It seems like
So-
it's wooded. Dahlia is like almost like really good at hiding in the woods.
Miggs
It
is
is
also
very
very
wooded,
good
yep.
at hiding and not being seen.
Libby is
Sneaky bitches.
literally glowing
Pro of
currently.
being an emissary, right?
Yeah.
Pro is strutting.
Okay.
in slippers.
In a silk bathroom.
All right. So you
Harmony
have
can be quiet.
Flare.
silk bathrooms with
those
fancy
those-
slippers.
I was gonna say, are they the old school slight heel, fuzzy front slippers?
I hope so. I really freaking hope
Yes.
so. Please tell me yes.
Yes.
Poe owns 3 of those big robes and shoes
Of
to match
course.
each of them.
That's incredible.
Outstanding.
They all match.
Outstanding.
Do they all are they all embroidered with Ko's name on it?
So they all have in cursive script Meliam name embroidered at the sole.
Love
or
it.
At the heel part.
Incredible.
Nice. Ko uses their shape changing to make their nails always match the different sets too.
Actually, yes, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Incredible.
So, you all take, moving slowly through the thick fog. It takes about 15 minutes for you to finally reach the entrance to the gates of the Crestfall Cemetery. So I'm going to say, everybody make a group stealth check, please. Let's do a group stealth check to see how well, or how stealthy you are as you approach the Crestfall Cemetery.
Libby is not. She cast light on her shield when we set out. She's glowing.
It's up here, by the way.
I got a 25.
25?
I am rolling
Ooh.
so good.
I got a 26, so
Nice.
All right. 13
just
still
one-up
pretty
you real
good.
fast.
13 still pretty good. All right, let's check out
That
the
7 is Ko, by the way.
passive perception. Okay. The 7 is Ko. Okay, so 25, 7, 13, 26. Four more? Oh, 18.
and 17 are included in these stealth
18,
rolls.
17, 25. 7, 13, 26. Are we missing one person?
Yes, Libby is not sneaking. She cast light on her shield because she can't see right now. I don't
Okay.
think she can effectively stealth while glowing.
Okay. So, Libby, you and the 7 is from Co.
Yes.
Okay. Libby, you are standing next to Co, outside of the gates of the cemetery, and Key is kind of in the trees, but not really being... You can kind of look back and you can see Key. There's the way that the moonlight is kind of piercing through the sporadic clouds. It kind of illuminates Key perfectly a little bit, and they're trying to do their best to hide, but it's not really working too well. Everybody else seems to have completely abandoned you, or you cannot see them. It's just you two and somebody doing a really poor job of hiding.
You guys managed to lose the Jolly Green Giant, and I am very impressed with that.
Co's
Okay.
gonna turn to Libby and be like, "Where is everybody? What are we doing? Why are we here?"
We're here to investigate, and I suspect the others are hiding. Unfortunately, I cannot see in the dark.
Oh, were we supposed to be hiding?
Unfortunately, I am not good at stealthy operations.
Good, because I
Flat
wasn't
Dex mod,
trying.
what up?
Fuck.
All right, so Libby, I gotta move some things around here. Libby, you are by
Guys,
the
there's
gates.
a special map for this. That doesn't bode well.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, let's
what's
go.
wrong
Oh,
with a special map?
It's just creepy graveyard map number 6, you know.
Yeah,
We
you
love
know,
it.
you
There
know
are
how we
6 of
do.
them?
We're gonna say,
In this campaign, there will be
Stop that. No.
one for each of us.
and
Dead people should stay dead.
gonna
It's
Also,
where
there are
all of our
7 of us.
graves are.
The death witch,
Never.
I agree.
Harmony.
Dead people
Well,
should stay
To
dead.
be fair,
Meg.
Libby, we already found your grave.
That's also true.
She wasn't dead. She was
You
on
were powered
standby.
off.
She was in sleep mode.
Uh,
It was a power save.
Blink?
You were buried like at least 6 feet underground.
She wasn't buried. The hole was open.
Kind of
You
buried.
guys didn't have to dig her out.
There is another one of those creatures who is still and silent, who is standing facing opposite you as you approach. And even with the light from your shield, that just kind of sways there, and it seems to be holding something in its hands. In each of its hands.
Can I try to make out what it's holding?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Can I assist with that? With my flashlight?
Seeing as you are, well, I mean, you can shine the, if you want to shine the light on this thing, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, yeah. It appears to be holding a porcelain mug and a tea kettle.
I
This
heard these guys
motherfucker.
make banger tea.
Hold on for just a moment. Libby will cast Bless on Kiyoko and herself. On account of everyone else being missing. Yeah.
Okay.
She pulls a small vial of holy water out of her reliquary and like sprinkles a little bit on her fingertips, like sort of like
Sure. Yeah.
tips the thing out onto her fingertips to get it on her fingertips, and then like snaps, and a little like shower of sparkles illuminates in the moonlight for a second and settles over all 3 of us, and there's a little bit of holy magic in ya. Attack rolls and saving throws get to add a d4.
Okay. What's everyone's passive perception, by the way?
18.
16 for Libby.
10.
16 for Thena. 13 for Ko.
Okay.
15 for Libby. My bad.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure like 13 for.
Well, anyone that is above an 8, you can hear something, this kind of horrific sound coming from behind the tree over here. And it's kind of this like
Can Dahlia and I see that from our vantage point?
what's Dahlia, what's your passive? You two specifically, what are your passives?
Mine's
18.
16.
16 and
18.
18. Yeah, there appears to be behind the tree some kind of large large figure with matted fur, some kind of animal that seems to be enjoying some kind of a meal of some kind.
What's the moon phase at, by the way?
Uh,
Out of curiosity.
it's about full.
Oh no.
Waxing. Probably one day away from full.
Would Harmony and Migs be able to see this as well, or is like the tree fully blocking? from
You
where they
have a
are?
little bit of a you have a better angle. What are your two passive perceptions?
Mine is 14.
Okay, and Harmony, what's yours?
Harmony's is 10.
10. Okay, yeah. So Harmony, it's really hard to make out. You kind of not getting the right angle, but Meg's kind of, you kind of scamper a little bit around this way, and you're able to get a better view. There appears to be a human corpse that is slumped up against the tree, and this thing is devouring its intestines.
Love that.
And there,
I
it's
guess-
pretty horrific, and you kind of, as you see this thing kind of devouring this human.
I guess I'm gonna scamper back over to Harmony and be like, there's a... Would I know what that creature is?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, good. I'm not good at Arcana. Let me just throw my dice across the room, actually.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
18.
18. Some kind of, probably more than likely, some kind of an undead creature with kind of necromancy. As this is happening, Migs, Harmony, Dahlia, Athena, and anyone with a passive perception... Anyone with a passive perception above 16. 16 or higher. Who has 16 or higher?
Thena.
Athena,
Me.
Gaby, anybody else? Okay, the two of you can see kind of from in the distance, kind of around where the mausoleum is, one of these creatures kind of stalking towards you, just towards Libby.
And I put an arrow in it.
Its eyes begin to glow red. You can. And
Thena
what
will fire off a bolt as well.
your stealth checks were again? I just want to make sure. Dahlia,
Mine was an 18.
18.
25 for me.
25, yeah. You are good. So, what are you two doing again?
Arrow.
Sacred
Arrow.
Flame.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, show me an arrow attack, and then show me a sacred flame.
Oh, which dice? You. I trust you with my life.
I have a question for you, Libby. Or not Libby. Fuck me. That's me. Essie.
Yes,
Sorry.
I have an answer for you.
I currently have an effect from the Paladin card. The effect that I have as it's written down is by the next melee or spell attack by a PC deals blah 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 blah.
By you.
Does that mean that I can give that
No.
effect to someone,
Nope,
or
just
is it
you.
okay? Okay, never mind then. That was my question.
Yep, you got it.
I'm
Also,
sorry,
I'm
Aaron, for
doing-
mine you have to make a save.
Yes, okay.
I'm also doing the infused strike again.
Okay.
This is just a reaction. Fucking balls damage.
So he takes the 7, which is really good on a 1d8, and it's radiant damage.
Okay.
And it's 12 points of damage from me.
These things are a little hardier. The radiant Roll a d4.
That's a 3.
3. Okay, so it takes 10 points of damage. Rather than double, I'd like to add a little d4 for radiant damage for undead. Most of the time, if it makes sense. All right, and the arrow, what is your to hit?
It was a 21 to hit.
21, that
and
definitely
it was
hits.
12 damage, because I rolled
12
balls.
damage. Okay, so
And it's
sparking with the lightning
fused
again?
strike. Yeah.
So 12 damage total?
Yeah.
Okay. So as this is approaching, Libby, you're kind of trying to get a better viewpoint of this creature that is standing there with a teapot and a kettle. And then you just see this pillar of radiant light just erupt from the ground into the sky, illuminating the cemetery. And you can see in this light another one of these creatures stalking in the darkness, and then followed quickly by another one of those lightning-infused arrows from, more than likely, Dahlia, as it strikes this creature with impact, as it and is kind of pushed back just a little bit, struggles to maintain, and lets out this sort of terrifying yelp, but also aggression in the meantime. And I need all of you. Please roll initiative for me.
I rolled good initiative twice in a row in roll 20. This never happens.
May I use my
Rolled shit initiative twice in a row.
my luck point that I got from one of the tarot cards to re-roll my initiative?
Yes, you may.
Cool, cool.
I have a very specific thing happening here with the zombie. Wow, my poor wolves got really shitty initiative. All right.
Good.
Oh, I forgot to click my token. I'm sorry, I got an 18.
That is okay.
Who rolled a -1?
The zombie.
That's
The
so
zombie with his
funny.
cup of tea.
He's trying his best.
But on
He's
his
just
turn,
here
he
to
will
make some
drink that
tea.
tea.
Yeah, he's just like, welcome to Starbucks.
Can I take your order?
What can I get for you today?
We have a
Your
special
name on the
one.
orders.
All right,
Would you
18
like
for Harmony,
Kit
right?
Pops with your order?
Yeah. Did you say your name was Sally?
Ooh, that is a perfectly timed amethyst. Thank you. From Isabits, thank you for the amethyst. That is going to give... Ooh, awesome. Okay, so first rollies of the session. Everybody go ahead and show me on D20. Roll for some benefits. And type them in the chat once you determine your D20. 13, 18, 13. Thank you, Isabits, for a little redemption. Woo! Anybody else get a nat 20? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Missing one person. No, so there we go. Okay. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that is that Ko or Athena with the D20?
Coco.
Ko! Okay, Ko. So in your little fuzzy slippers and silken robe, would you like... You have an option here from the Amethyst Redemption from Isabits. You can have +5 temporary HP or +1 to your AC for the remainder of the session. Alternatively, you can choose to gain 1 use of the shield spell during this combat encounter that you can use at will. The choice is yours and yours alone. Oh,
I'll do the AC boost one.
+1 to AC?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, +1 to AC for the remainder of the session. And everybody's on the initiative tracker, right? Please double check.
Yeah.
All right, Dahlia, quickly notching another arrow as it sparks with lightning once more. That residual energy is still flowing through you and your techniques, your magical techniques that you've honed over the years. What do? Oh, you're muted, hun, I think.
Different round from the last attack, right? Technically.
What about the last attack?
It's a different round, technically.
Yes, new round.
So I can do another infused strike.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, because it's a reaction.
You got it.
One verse every round.
How many
Excellent.
times can you do that per long rest?
It's just part of the character sheet.
All right. Well, I'll take it.
Bitchin'.
Yeah, bitchin' indeed.
Yeah. 17 plus 7.
All right. Are you
24 to
attacking?
hit.
Are you attacking the wounded one that you already
Same
hit?
one we hit before.
Same one. Okay. And what's your to hit again? 17, you said?
It's 24.
20. Yeah, that definitely hits.
I'm rolling so well.
You are rolling very well.
This is sick. Almost max damage. 6.
It's always better in the evening than in the mornings, apparently.
All right.
That is 19 points of damage total.
Well, y'all already lit this one up. So how would you like to dispatch this first one? As you immediately eradicate the first of 3 of my zombie wargs.
I kind of wanted to go like in its mouth, and then like the lightning just like crackle throughout its entire body, and it just slumps dead.
Okay, exactly as described. Right into the mouth, and there's this kind of almost like you can see it, kind of like in an old cartoon or something where you swallow or an old Zelda game where you feed the bombs to the dongos and they kind of just expand a little bit. That's kind of exactly what happens to this creature. And it begins to smolder and smoke as the force and pulse energy from the arrow going into its mouth just, and there's a few spurts of ichor that spray out from it, but it begins to spark and smoke as it just falls down with a heavy thud to the ground, dead. And it begins to crackle and smoke as if it's about to catch on fire, and just falls with a hushed whimper.
Yeah. So Rue goes after me. Well, like shares my turn, but I don't have a token for him. I sent you one the other day.
Okay,
Wait, did we level up to 3?
not yet.
I got it because
Neat.
of the card.
Yes.
I didn't know if you had like your full thing yet, or if we'd leveled up to 3 and I missed it somehow, or whatever. Never mind.
Nope.
Sorry.
All right, I got a Rue, and Rue is right there. And we'll say... And did you do a stat sheet for Rue that is also on the roll?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I came prepared.
All right. And I'm just going to move Rue up. That's not a 2. Ignore that. We'll say 22. All right. There you go. And now you have the turn of your familiar. Or of your pet, I should say, not your familiar.
So he has a 40 feet movement speed.
Okay.
I'm gonna like pick him up, ruffle his head, and just kind of like throw him around. He like lands and just goes and like, get out! Shoot them to my arrows, buddy! And he's gonna like run and just like try chomp on the leg of the zombie,
Okay.
like a real ankle biter.
Okay, show me an attack.
Nice.
Yeesh, that might not hit. 12.
12 hits?
Oh shit! Nice.
By the way, how...
This little brat.
Yeah. How am I sounding on stream, by the way? I adjusted the filters.
I think you're fine.
Coming in good?
You said
as
on
good...
stream. Never mind. I don't have the stream on right now
Ooh.
because yeah.
All right. Well, if there's someone who can take a quick peek and a quick listen to the stream and let me know how I'm sounding, because I readjusted all the filters
I
in
think you
OBS,
sound good.
so
Yeah, I just turned it on and you sound perfectly
okay,
fine.
sounds as good as it usually as it has been the past few weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Excellent.
I mean, it sounds great. Sounds like
Cool.
how we're talking now.
Excellent. Perfect. All right. So, how much damage from this ankle biter? As it kind of
6 points of lightning damage.
All right, it latches on, and lightning sparks up, and the clothes begin to catch fire. 6 points of lightning damage to the zomboy.
You just see a random little dragon that half of you don't know exists run into the fight.
Yeah, it just kind of flies over this draconic, feathered dinosaur dragon creature. Just run over and kind of grab onto the zombie and start to it starts to chew on the leg, and lightning kind of sparks up the body, and it starts to smoke and smolder. Anything
Does
else
Libby
for? Go ahead.
Would Libby recognize what it is? Like, would she know that what it's like?
Make an Arcana
Do
check.
I know what it is? Yeah.
Make an Arcana check.
Not great.
Also, thank you, Isabis,
Give me a
and thank you, Rudolph. The filters came through, apparently.
14.
Some kind of draconic creature, but it's definitely draconic in origin. So, anything else for Dahlia or Rue?
Yep, that's it. I'm assuming Rue can't take disengage in future rounds.
Rue should be able to disengage if they want to. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So,
Just
Thina.
future reference.
Yeah, Thina behind Dahlia. You're up.
So I'm tapped out of spells, so it's going to be a whole lot of saving throws for you, Aaron.
No problem.
Sacred Flame!
Which one?
The one here. I can't reach the other one yet.
Okay. Sacred Flame. We had a Urky Timbers in our home game. 2018, I think? Yes, 2017, 2018-ish. In our home game, no, 18 and 19. We had Urky Timbers from the Tales from the Awning Portal, Sunland Citadel. And our DM played Urky Timbers with a bit of a lisp, so it was Urky Timbers, who is our favorite mascot.
That's excellent.
And he's a cleric, so he used to cast Sacred Flame. And he would go, Sacred Flame! And it's
He's a cleric!
Yes!
Oh my god!
I love that.
I'm
there was
literally dying.
there was a lot of persuading Urky to stay with the party. He was like, I would really prefer not to. I would really like to get out of this place. It was delightful. Failed the saving throw. Show me damage. 3 radiant damage. Roll another d4 for me.
I did. It's all right there. 4 damage in total, all radiant.
Excellent. Okay. So this pillar of flame just gonna and kind of exactly in conjunction with the music kind of flickers out as this warp jumps back and lets out this strange yelp that is mixed and intermingled with some sort of a dark reverberating presence.
And then Thina's gonna dash forward. How big are these tombstones? They're like normal tombstone height.
Yeah, normal headstone height, for sure.
Okay, cool. So she's just kind of up amongst these headstones then.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'd say you can even get some partial cover from some of them as well.
That's what I was going for.
All right. Even though you're very tall, so there's still like your flower crown and your hair on the top of your forehead is kind of poking up above the headstone there. So Harmony Knives, you're up. There is a wall. There is a wall here you would have to vault over. I would say that would be an extra 5 feet of movement, but
Okay,
you're athletic
cool.
enough to do it.
Yeah, because I was gonna say Harmony's just gonna vault over the wall, and as she kind of like tumbles and lands and makes a dash, she gets here. If I can move, nope.
Yeah, so that would be there would be 10 feet of movement, and then if you're dashing, it's another 50. 20.
And then she, like, as she gets there, she starts kind of doing pirouettes.
Okay.
Like, she starts doing pirouettes, and it creates this friction against the ground that just causes sparks to whirl around her like a tornado.
Oh,
And she
jeez.
summons her whip, and lightning lure this creature.
Okay.
Cracks the whip.
So Harmony
That's
starts
kick-ass.
to perform this battle dance as she does, and as she comes to a final pirouette, this massive crackling whip of energy just and cracks in the night, kind of scattering some of the fog that just.
I need a
And-
DC 14 strength save.
This one.
Mhm.
Okay.
You say battle dance, and all I can think of is Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
Yes.
6 failed.
Nice. And because of that, the whip catches this creature and just drags it 5 feet within Harmony's reach.
So I'm gonna say 15 feet it would be 5, 10, 15. You'd have to get 1 square closer, but I don't think that's a problem. Well, you know what? We'll say you're close enough. It's fine. Close enough.
Cool.
All right, so it moves 5 feet towards you.
Let me check.
And also takes lightning damage, so 5 points of lightning damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and also an additional 10 thunder damage from one of the blessing of.
Nice,
one of the
Thorim. Blessing of Thorim.
Nope, that was a different blessing.
Oh!
And then it takes an additional D4 from Thorim.
Okay, roll another d4. Nice. So yeah, as you crack down on this thing, and I believe the lightning lore pulls it closer. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, 10 feet straight line
Nice.
to me.
All right. So as you crack that electric whip, it grabs onto this thing, and as soon as it connects and wraps around the thing, you hear this massive crack of thunder as the ground almost kind of descends and depresses in on itself with this massive crash. And these 2 bolts of lightning, seemingly out of nowhere, come up from the ground, strike this thing as it kind of, and even a little yelp at the end there as these 2 bolts of lightning slam into it, and it's depressed into the ground and stumbles and has to kind of get up as it's dragged 10 feet by its shoulders, kicking up all manner of rocks and debris, and kind of being pulled through about 6 inches of the ground itself, forming this massive line of a sort of movement as it was pulled through the earth closer to you. And Harmony, you release the whip and crack it back on your heels in a very dancer's pose, with the whip still. And all I can think as a DM is hot.
Yay!
Very cool. Okay. Anything else for Harmony? Even though that was already
no.
incredibly epic.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Outstanding. All right. Kinela Reynaros. You're up.
Yeah, so is there any way... How tall is the wall in front of me? Is there any way I can get up on the wall?
The wall is only about... It's right about chest height. So.
Okay, then I just climb up on the wall.
Okay, it would
Like-
be an
like
extra...
right-
Yeah. Are you
like right there.
trying to balance on the wall and stand there?
Yes.
Okay, so it's an extra 5 feet of movement, so 10 feet of movement to get on top. And do me a favor, just make me a DC 11 acrobatics check to make sure you can, still maneuver around on there. And it's this fog, it might be a little slippery, so DC 11
Okay.
acrobatics check just to see if you don't,
Okay.
make sure you don't fall on your butt.
Yeah, that's a natural 19.
Nice, yeah. So standing on top of this thing, finding your footing. Go ahead, take your turn.
I would like to Eldritch Blast the one that was just pulled closer to
Excellent.
Harmony.
Show me Eldritch Blast, please.
That's a 21.
21. Yeah, that hits.
Nice.
Nice.
Roll damage from that sweet purple shadow flame.
Don't
Also,
forget-
an additional 4
Okay, so 11
From
damage total?
agonizing blast.
Or is that to hit?
15 total.
Is that 11 to hit, or is that the damage? It looks like a d20 it rolled. Or
No,
are you rolling? Are you rolling manual dice?
That's the. Oh, did it? I'm rolling the wrong thing.
Don't forget, you are currently
Me.
blessed. So, if that 11
Oh.
doesn't hit,
Yeah,
you do have a D4 to add.
I rolled manual dice. I accidentally hit the wrong
okay,
button.
okay. Yeah,
Once
that's
I
fine.
hit
So,
There you
alright, okay. So, what is your damage total?
10
10 damage
10
total.
total. Yeah.
All right. How do you want to dispatch this wolf with your Eldritch Blast? This zombified warg.
I don't know. It's just big, huge, crackling beam that just like crackles through the entire body.
Yeah, bigger than the last one you fired. Just kind of sparking up that energy as this beam fires at this wolf and strikes it, and it gets knocked back an additional 5 feet. And as it stumbles back, it begins to smoke, similar to the lightning, as it is pushed back, and this shadow flame just engulfs it as if real flame, and seems to slowly be disintegrating the remnants of this wolf as it is engulfed in this magical, roiling purple and black flame.
And then that's it for my turn. I stay on top of the wall where I am and just kind of like.
All right. Oh.
Okay, so I am going to I'm gonna do the vicious mockery.
I can't believe these things rolled an 8, a 3, and a 3 for our initiative. That's so display. I have pack tactics too.
I have to roll something. You don't.
I mean, I'm thankful.
Yes.
Oh, but the puppies.
I'm gonna kill the puppies.
No.
Yeah.
You mean the
Vicious
puppies are
mockery. All
They're
right.
not cute. I'm gonna look at that ugly ass dog in the middle. I'm gonna be like, oh, that's fucking hideous. Let that be my.
You're a bad dog, okay?
You're
a very bad boy.
You are not a good boy.
That makes me so sad.
So, Vicious Mockery.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Got it. All right. Failed! Show me damage from Vicious Mockery. Been a very, very bad dog.
That's 2.
2? All right.
Nope, it's just 2. But they have disadvantage on their next attack roll.
Yeah.
That is true. And is 2 points of damage. Okay. All right, you have successfully hurt the zombie dog's feelings. Anything else?
No, I'm keeping my
Yeah.
my
Hey,
robe all clean. I'm staying where I am.
you know, it's very on brand for Ko. It really is.
Yeah.
We'll take it. All right. Unless there's anything else for Ko, we'll go with Libby. All right, Libby, you're up.
Yeah, I will. Actually, yeah, she's going to. She's out of spell slots at the moment, so she's going to grab the dagger that she sort of keeps in her coat,
Okay.
and she pulls it back with a sort of flourish, and flicks it towards the zombie thing in the middle.
Okay.
So let me roll that attack.
So you're throwing it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And she's within 20 feet, or she is 20 feet away from it.
Perfect.
So
So
short.
it presents
short
the
range.
dagger and a little. 18 will definitely hit.
Woo! And then with the paladin card, that's an additional. Is it 2d8? Give me a second.
So 2 points of
It is
piercing.
an additional 2d8. Yeah.
Okay, show me a 2d8. And what type of damage is that?
The dagger is non-magical piercing, but the paladin card gives 2d8 radiant.
Excellent.
And I rolled 2 8s, so that's 16 radiant. Oh, is that an additional d4 because undead?
Yes. Yep.
Damn.
You killed
And-
the butler. Congratulations.
A total of 7.
Thieves, no!
Okay, a total of 17 radiant and 2 piercing.
Okay, how would you like to destroy Jeeves, my poor zombie butler, who was trying to serve y'all tea before you brutally murdered him again?
He is undead in the middle of the night in a fucking cemetery surrounded
Yeah.
by weird ambient mist. And a thing just like him tried to kill a townsperson earlier.
Yes.
So, you know, justified. Anyway, sorry. Lost my train of thought.
There is
So
also a small angry feathered dragon gnawing on its leg, like a bone.
Yes. I'm assuming she saw Dahlia throw it since Dahlia shot first. So Dolly would not have been hidden when she did that. I don't know if that's true, but in any case, it's attacking the same thing she is, so it's
Yep.
fine. As it like starts gnawing on the leg and the zombie like looks down at it, the dagger like hits it on the top of the head, and as she throws it, she whispers a sort of a prayer to God, whose name escapes me at the moment.
Thorin?
She's smarter than me. Sorry. No, her god, the god of knowledge.
Oh,
the
Istaya.
Istaya. Thank you. She whispers a prayer to Istaya, and as it hits, radiant, crackling energy spreads from the wound on the top of its head and completely engulfs its body. And it
So it's a
falls to the
glowing
dead.
zombie beacon.
Yes. And it falls to the ground, smoldering slightly from the radiant damage, as the connection between its joints begins to weaken from the radiant damage.
Okay, yeah, so there's this undead creature just standing there, and it just begins to glow and lights up like a light bulb, illuminating the entirety of the Crestfall Cemetery, and it just starts to kind of collapse in on itself as it's glowing like a beacon, and the teacup and the tea kettle just fall to the ground, the teacup shatters, and the tea kettle just falls with a dramatic thud into the dirt. And as it continues to burn in radiant damage, what is left is a simple pile of what appears to be old raggedy butler's clothes and ash and dust.
And then the wall here, like where she is with the gate, that's big enough to take cover behind, right?
It is. It's about chest height, so you can totally duck behind it. And this other zombified warg, as the magic from Kinela's Eldritch Blast continues to engulf it in this magical shadow flame, eventually as the flames die down. Again, it is just a pile of bones and rotting fur and ash as well, so that body is essentially no longer there.
Okay.
So go ahead and move your token around where you would like to take cover, and again, the wall is chest height. It does provide some cover,
Right.
that is for sure.
Okay, so yeah, she'll take everybody on the wall. I'll move her in a second because I have to push
Sure
to
thing.
talk. And anyway,
All right.
and then that's my turn.
Okay, Megs, you're up. There seems to be one left, but they don't seem to be too phased. They are undead creatures and not
All
driven by, the normal semblance of fear or survival like we would be.
So I am going to move up here, kind of like staying behind like the gravestones
Okay,
to maintain cover.
It is an extra 5 feet of movement to get over the wall. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
I don't know if you factored that in, but
Yeah, I did factor.
okay, awesome.
So I think, yeah.
Well, if it's 30, you would be over here.
Oh.
You're both the same area.
I'll be here.
Okay.
Would I still have cover if I'm there?
No. You'd have cover if you were here.
I'll
In
come
this
over
space?
here then.
You got it. Okay, we'll say you're there. Easy enough.
And then I'm gonna
Retcon.
shoot. I'm gonna shoot with my short bow this lovely last guy here.
Excellent. All right.
And because I'm in cover, I get sneak attack as well, I believe.
Well, you can use a cunning action to. It is undead, so it's not very intelligent. I'll give you that. So if you want to duck behind, if you want to stay in the shadows, kind of dive and power slide over to this headstone, and use your cunning action to make a stealth check. We can go ahead and say that you do that. Okay.
Cool.
So go ahead and show me a
do you
stealth
need me
check.
to make a stealth check?
Yes, please.
That's gonna be a 24.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and make you can make your next attack at advantage.
Okay.
And
That's
you are
gonna
completely
be,
hidden, so you have sneak attack as well.
That's gonna be an 18 to hit.
18 will hit. Show me
Wonderful.
damage plus sneak attack.
Okay.
Because
so
it was
my
surprised.
regular damage is gonna be 8 damage, and then sneak attack is 5. So total of 13 damage.
13. Okay.
At me
Sorry,
doing
that's-
math, I'm terrible at it.
Just to make sure.
Mhm.
Miraculously. still alive.
Yeah.
Or still
I figured.
unalive? Still lurking? Lurking
Yeah.
lurking
Still
about?
lurking.
Okay, alright.
I don't think
But-
I could do anything else.
Yeah, you put an arrow, it goes right into its left eye, which is glowing bright red. Both of its eyes are glowing bright red. The arrow right into the eye socket and just kind of looks over to you, Migs.
What's up?
Majestic
have a
Goose
raid
Network.
happening
Oh my
currently.
goodness. And we're being hosted.
Mean.
Hi, Raider.
Majestic Goose Network, thank you. Thank you so much
Hello.
for the raid.
Hi, everybody.
And for the host. Hey, and you know, the raids trigger tarot cards, so let's see what we can pull here. So Majestic Goose Network, thank you for
We were
showing
this
up.
close to winning, everybody.
You were. Hey,
We
you know,
were
you
this
never know.
close.
You never
We're
know.
so close.
So let's go ahead and
now
pull a tarot card
Darius
from the
walks up.
Adventurer's Tarot. Yeah,
Darius just pulls up, is like, so.
he starts twirling his mustache. All right, let's see if
It
I can
wouldn't
follow
sorry,
from
it's
here.
Surprise me, honestly.
Yeah.
Word gets around the town and back to the guards at the fort, and then he's like, ah, fuck.
So we are a bunch of queer witches playing TTRPGs, and we have a tarot card system where raiders, subscribers, patrons, and also viewers with 850 channel points can activate tarot card pulls that directly influence the game. So a little interactive tarot card game here. We also have 2 oracle decks that we can use, but the main one is the Adventurer's Tarot from Weirdworks LLC, and I'll show you the beautiful art here after we pull the first one from the raid, which is convenient because it is the plant, which directly relates to Athena, usually. So this is what the card looks like. The plant. Again, this is Weirdworks LLC, the Adventurer's Tarot. Oh, excellent radiant light and everything. So beautiful, beautiful artwork there from our friends at Weirdworks LLC, but it was in verse, so let's go ahead and consult the roll table
Oh no.
and see what we got. Yeah, so the party is currently pursuing some kind of undead creatures that have begun to emerge from the Crestfall Cemetery in the northwest corner of the town and have been harassing the townsfolk throughout the night. So let's see the plant. I think it's towards the end. I have them all labeled too with nifty little icons.
These cards are
Humanoid,
too pretty
the
to be this
Fae.
evil.
I know. Elemental, the Celestial, the plant! Excellent! That's perfect. We'll roll it after this combat, because this is actually the perfect spot for that. So, Majestic Goose Network, your raid triggered a tarot card pull. It is the plant inverse. So again, I'll show you. Check out our friends at Weirdworks LLC, and I'll link that in the chat. The plant, beautiful, beautiful tarot cards. That will go to the bottom of the deck. Let me see if I can get Nightbot here. See if I did it. Weirdworks. Yeah, there we go. You can check out our partners there. Also, currently playing on the music is AfterInfinity, royalty-free D&D tabletop music or streaming music. So, going back to the battle at hand, Migs, you shoot this thing right in the eye, this zombified warg, dealing a non-significant amount of damage to it, and I believe that's the end of your turn because you used cunning action
Wow.
and... Yeah, okay. So,
Non-significant, you say? That's so mean.
you know what it is. It's coming. It just begins to bound towards you. And
That's fine.
hopefully I can take a bite of somebody here. Unfortunately, it has no more pack tactics left because y'all marked literally everything else.
And it
Yeah,
has
it has no more
disadvantage on its
screen.
attack.
My poor... These are custom stat blocks, y'all. Come on. You're killing me. 13 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Ah, it's kind of... It's limping, and it looks like its front left leg is broken, you know, and it's dragging along, and it tries to bite, and you're able to just kind of do a little matrix move back and do a little sidestep back, sidestep forward, reposition yourself, and it misses, and it only gets one attack. Dahlia, you are up next.
Yay.
And again, thank you again, Raiders, and we will deal with the results of that tarot card pull as soon as we exit combat, because there's a nifty little roll table, and I'll let you know what it is then. So, carry on, Dahlia. How are you gonna dispatch
Finish
my
him.
poor creatures? My poor custom creatures.
Could the fog count as lightly obscured?
No, it's not that thick. It's
The
ambient
wolves?
fog it's theatrical ambient fog, Gaby.
Alright. What about the wolves? Because Dahlia is small. She just needs like a tiny bit of cover. for Mask of the Wild?
If you can, there's like a large boulder here. If you duck behind it, yeah, I'll say if you move into that square, you can have enough cover to be lightly obscured. And these are also undead creatures, so sure, we'll go with it. We'll go with it.
I would like to hide, which is a free action with Mask of the Wild.
Totally. Show me a stealth check. Their passive perception is 13, so you get a 13.
Well, I rolled a natural 16 with a +6.
Okay, you're hidden.
Yeah. I believe that gives me advantage. Being hidden.
Yeah, sure.
The attack. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna shoot it. That's not great.
Tales of Aricia. We're getting another
18
raid.
to hit.
18 to hit. Yes, that hits. Their AC is
raid?
13. Another raid.
Is
Tales
it
of
overkill to
Aricia.
use the Infused Strike again?
Did you? Well, it's your turn, so you get your reactions back. So if you can, if you want to burn your reaction already, you can. I believe. I'll have to double check after, but
I'll just attack.
for now, we'll go for it. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say you know what you're doing with your character. I am a benevolent DM.
Do. That is 14 points of just piercing damage.
Okay, and you got that cool little lightning effect going with your technique, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you.
Oh wait, I forgot to roll verse damage then. What did I say that I rolled?
Above 10, 13, perhaps total.
I thought, yeah, 14 or something like that.
Okay, 14 plus
Are
4.
you
All right.
are you currently within 30 feet of the Drake?
Within 30 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
Within 30 feet of the Drake.
Yeah, as the
and
arrow kind
within
of
45 feet of the
releases-
warg.
Yeah, as the arrow releases, there's
Yep.
still the like flash, but as the arrow flies over Rue, he kind of opens his mouth and there's like a tiny little crackle from his mouth straight to the arrow that just like encases it in the lightning.
Sounds like something out of an anime. I'm here for
Yeah.
it. We'll go with it. Okay. And if it's more than 9 damage,
Oh,
you can tell me how you want to do this and how you want to eliminate this last
once again-
zombified warg.
I wanted to go in its mouth, kind of like cartoon, like in his mouth, like a little explosion, and just like
Okay.
crackles.
All right. You want to blow the thing's head off too?
Yeah.
Okay. So electricity crackling in the arrow. I know you, Gaby. I know you. So it goes into this thing's mouth, and as it kind of, its head just, and there is this again another one of that slow dramatic rain of ichor and pus and coagulated blood that just as the headless husk of this zombified warg that is smoking now. The torso is just kind of letting out this smoke as these ripples of electricity continue to like wrap around it as your Drake kind of in approval roars in approval, a little baby dragon roar, and this thing slowly falls to the ground, dead or undead, dead again. So Tales of Aricia, thank you again for the raid. That gives us another tarot card pull, so we got a couple pending in the queue. So we got an upside down plant. Don't worry, it's not too crazy. And Tales of Aricia, again, welcome. We are ESPDND. We are the queer, witchy, tabletop role-playing game show where we pull tarot cards that directly influence the game. And, oh, that's very good. Okay, on the next one. So, raiders, channel raids, patrons, subscribers on Twitch, new subscribers, and 850 channel points will get you a tarot card pull. So, anybody can come in, hang out, chat, say hello, and pull a tarot card that directly influences the game. So, I gotta change up music a little bit because, congratulations, you have all just vanquished the terrors of the cemetery, of the Crestfall Cemetery.
Man, Gaby, I can't believe, like, every single time you somehow manage to douse my character in ichor of some sort.
Yeah, it's like a recurring theme.
Look,
What's
that
up,
one was
bud?
on accident. The only time it was on purpose this session was the guard, because fuck cops.
Man,
I mean,
That's it.
if you weren't playing a melee character, you wouldn't be in melee range of the ichor.
I shot it with a bow, first of all. And then He came charging at me.
You made him angry.
All right, we'll call that out of initiative. And I can, these things. We did a one shot over on World Building Weirdos, over on the World Building Weirdos channel, and they had almost the same encounter. And this level 5 party almost got destroyed by these things because they have pack tactic, and y'all just embarrassed everybody by taking all of them out, plus a zombie that you messed around with who was just trying to serve you tea.
If
You
any
didn't
of them
want
had
my
rolled above a,
undead tea.
if any
I
of them
would
had
like-
rolled above a 10 on initiative, we might have gotten our asses handed to us.
Anybody but
Yeah.
Cole roll a
It's-
d4 for the first raid card from Majestic Goose Network, which is a great name for for a channel, by
I'll
the way.
roll d4s.
Yep. Oh, actually, one person who is not Ko, roll a d4.
I rolled a free.
Yeah, let's go with that. Okay.
Oh no.
Ooh, excellent.
Oh, no.
Okay. Gaby,
Oh no.
Dahlia, right over here to your left, you catch the smell of something sweet. And you notice that all around here, there are these wonderful, wonderful patches of thick, beautiful looking red speckled mushrooms that give off a faintly pleasant odor and look quite delicious.
Could I
Do it.
could I just like first of all cover so like just like runs to me?
Yep, Rudy.
Yeah. And then like can I do like a survival? Specifically a survival check
Nature.
on these things?
It would be a nature
Yeah,
check,
I wanna-
unfortunately.
A nature?
Yes.
Ah damn.
I'm sorry. Nature is very
Oh,
specific.
natural 20!
Hey! Okay.
Which
Yes.
is a 20 because my intelligence mod is 0.
Survival is like find the path. Nature is more what is this?
Fair.
So,
fair.
these are extremely toxic red poisonous mushrooms. They can be potentially used to create a poison, or when you can present them to someone as a food if you want to kill them. And they are almost identical to another form of red speckled mushroom that have more of a flat surface that are edible. But these rounded red speckled mushrooms, these are the ones that are exceedingly toxic.
I would like to get my dagger and safely retrieve some.
Now make a survival check to see how well you can harvest these mushrooms. So that was the first tarot card pull for the first raid. So Majestic Goose Network, thank you for raiding us. Thank you for hosting us. Again, beautiful art here. We linked it in the chat to Weird Works LLC. I'll link it again. That is the plant. And the next tarot card pull that we have from our new friends here over at Tales of Arisia.
That was a
I gotta
24.
bring
by
up-
the way.
24. Yeah, I'll say you're able to harvest at least perfectly. Let's say 8 of these things that are intact that you can comfortably, because you don't want to overpack, because if you overpack they might get damaged. But
It's still gotta be
It's a
respectful
surprise
to the
tool that will
law.
help us later.
oh
Yeah.
Okay, so anyone that is not Gaby or Ember, roll. Who would like to roll the next d4 for the next card here? This is from the raid
I'll
from Tales of
roll.
Arisia. So thank you, Tales of Arisia.
I'll roll
Actually, d6.
d6.
Yes, this would be very interesting.
It's gonna be a 2.
I don't even know what that is.
Two.
Well, that's-
You're welcome.
So
I
Tales
bet
of
you were expecting me to roll well. No.
What the fuck is this thing? Oh my god, that's fantastic!
Oh god.
That is
That is
incredible.
not the reaction we want.
Hang
Don't
on,
want that.
hang on. Tales of
That's what I
Arisia,
get for rolling a 2.
welcome to the chaos. You get to see what you just did. It's more funny than anything, but if you can see my screen now on the Roll20, you can. Nobody else look. If you're a player, minimize minimize the stream or something.
I
Oh,
do
this
not
is
perceive it.
this is absolutely fantastic. All right, who has a passive perception below a 13? Who is below 13?
Libby is in the dark. unless what's happening is in the light that she's casting.
Hmm. Okay. Everybody else
Because
is
no dark-
13 or higher?
I've
I
got
think
13
Harmony's
or
the
I
only
have
one.
13. Yeah.
I have a 14.
Okay. Man, I gotta read this little snippet here and see what the heck. Oh, this is so perfect. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Here.
This fucking game. Hey.
Words
I'm
that
scared.
are
Wow.
interesting to hear from your DM. This fucking game.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. All right. I gotta have this thing make a stealth check.
Oh no.
It's a thing that makes stealth checks.
Stealth check. Excuse
Oh
me.
no! Oh no! I'm real worried about.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No.
Who's
Okay.
ready to retire?
Does anyone have
What
a
is-
passive perception above a 21?
What is
No,
that
not
stealth
yet.
check?
Nope.
I
Aaron,
will in
You wait till I get
will
the
in some
perceptive
levels.
feat.
Y'all are hilarious. Okay,
And what is this stealth check for?
don't worry
What?
about it. I'll just say, okay,
We
so
can't see it,
Tales,
we have no idea.
Tales of Aricia, I want to show you the card you pulled. It's beautiful. It's lovely. This is the rest of you can bring the stream back up again if you want. So beautiful. This is the 3 of Aberration and all cloaked in full trim. The Adventurous Tarot from Weirdworks LLC. Thank you, Tales of Aricia. It is much obliged. Okay. Perfect.
Wait, so the plant thing was the mushrooms?
The plants was the mushrooms, yes.
Oh,
Which,
thank goodness.
yes, yep. Gabby
But
has
mushrooms
successfully.
are fungus.
Yes. Anyway, I love this game. This got just so much more interesting.
I am not a fan.
Anyway, carry on.
Dahlia, what are you doing?
I found something that might be useful. Surprise tool that'll help us later, perhaps.
I see.
Perhaps.
Are you going to take us to the catacombs with that surprise tool?
Maybe. As she's just like pocketing mushrooms.
Libby comes to the corpse to grab her dagger and inspect it for another necklace and any further information.
Okay.
Megs How wants to many- go to the corpse specifically to see what was in the teapot. I want to know.
Yeah, I want to see what's in the
Okay.
teapot. I want to
I want
go.
to know what kind of tea was in there.
All right, make a anyone that wants to inspect the teapot that this zombie was carrying, go ahead and make a nature check for me. Anyone that wants to roll can roll.
6.
The cards are so damn gorgeous. Thank you, Elizabeth.
I rolled a natural 20. I want to know what's in that pot.
Well, I rolled a natural 3.
You really
for a
wanna know-
total of
I gotta
Y'all are
say,
fucking fire.
and I get
You
I get
really-
+3 to nature. So
You
technically-
really want to know what
I
was in the
really
pot?
wanna know. I want to know so bad.
It was Earl Grey black tea.
Oh my god, can I drink it?
If you
This
want.
late
Is
at
it poison?
night? No one needs that caffeine this late at night. Okay.
It's decaf. Who
Caffeine
the-
makes me sleepy. I will drink it.
Earl
because
Grey
I can.
tea. You can okay. So
Yeah,
do you want to pick
thanks so
up?
much.
Do you want to pick up the shattered porcelain, the broken porcelain
No,
mug?
I'll just
It's got a
drink
chip
right
out of it.
the teapot.
Okay, yeah. So
Oh my god, it's Chip!
Meg's like a savage, just goes and picks up this tea, opens up the tea kettle, is like, it's Earl Grey, and just starts chugging from the fucking spout of this tea kettle.
You can send me every day.
yeah,
Oh,
the exact
He would like to assist and be like, can I help you with this? Like,
No, I'm good. I am
Darling,
a
that's
connoisseur,
unsanitary.
obviously.
Very
No, it's not, it's
ill-advised. I don't recommend
I
that.
checked it. It's not poisoned. Don't worry.
I like to
about
imagine
it.
that Megs is also wearing these sunglasses in the middle of the night and is like trying to drink straight Earl Grey tea from a
Yeah.
discarded teapot. We're all just like,
It's dark.
take.
We need art.
oh my gosh. Yes,
Mix is
please.
actively
Everything
hungover
okay
right
at
now.
home?
Migs
Is everything okay at home?
Migs is hungover right now. She drank a lot and she's a very little person.
Yeah, and you have
really
not
hungover.
technically had a long rest, so hey, a
Yeah.
little bit of tea.
So
she's very hungover, so she's like, you know what, Earl Grey tea seems like a vibe.
Well, as long as it's not poisonous, enjoy your tea.
Thank you.
I suppose we'll find out shortly.
Can Harmony take a souvenir from any of the like zombie wolfy bodies that's still intact? Just like a tooth?
Yeah, I would say this. I would say sure. This one has an intact fang. You can grab, no problem. Wait, no, that was one that had its head that had its head blown off. This one.
Oh.
So go ahead and make a DC 11 survival check for me. Because these things have been dead for a while. So let's see if you can pull one out without having it crumble to dust.
5.
It crumbles to dust. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, Dahlia's...
You try to rip out the last remaining fang, and as you do, it just kind of like snaps in your hand. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry.
Boo.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dahlia's like, who's your good boy? You done so good. Yeah, you did. And feeding him snacks. To the actual biter.
After
your Drake is
Miggs
very
done...
excited, kind of like flapping his shoulders and his wings and the very small wings and in approval and very excited little shoulder shuffle.
Is a puppy. I have a puppy.
Starts nibbling on your arm, but you have the leather there, so you can let it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
So after Miggs is done being an absolute heathen, she's going to.
We stand heathens here.
She's going
We're all
to
heathens.
assist Libby in like turning out the pockets and like checking the corpse.
Okay. There is, after taking a couple of minutes, doesn't seem to be anything of value on this particular zombie. The smoldering ruins of the butler's outfit are all that remains of the ash heap of this zombie that was completely obliterated by the powerful force of radiant energy that erupted from your construct, Libby Alba.
I'm gonna drop a silver piece on the remains so they can go into the afterlife.
Give yourself DM inspiration for that if you don't already have it.
I already have DM inspiration.
You can give DM inspiration to somebody that does. Does anyone not have DM inspiration?
I do not currently.
Give it to Libby.
Woo!
Okay, give it to Libby. Perfect.
Son of a bitch, I lost my train of thought. Oh, is there one of the weird amulet thingies on this one?
There is not. There are simply tattered butler's clothes. You're getting the feeling like this was sent as a messenger from this Lord Schnibbelnacht III as some sort of an emissary to greet you with a cup of tea. And you promptly decided to murder it again.
No regrets.
It happens to a lot more butlers than you'd think.
Yeah.
This time the butler didn't do it.
He was actually going to try and force you to drink tea, and just that was going to be his attack, was to try and force you to drink the tea, like, because he was given the order serve tea. Yeah, so he was going to go and try to he was going to try and grab you like tea. But obviously, I don't want to touch from a zombie, so I was assuming you were going to murder him anyway, or re-murder him anyway.
To be fair, all of the information we had would suggest that he was dangerous.
Yes.
So, anyway, does he have any notes or anything like the other one did, or were they incinerated by
your radiant energy, your radiant fire? No, it just seems to be a smoking pile of ash and just sad butler's clothes, and then also a silver a silver pence from Miggs to help them pass on the afterlife. They have not done so already.
I hadn't even considered that. That's a nice touch. Hopefully its soul has some sort of rest.
I agree. After
Libby,
it has been brutally murdered twice.
You don't know the first time.
Based on our previous experience, it seemed like it was probably dangerous. In any case, she'll grab the dagger and clean it off on the remnants of the butler's clothes.
Okay.
Before stowing it away again.
By the way, Tales of Aricia for your raid. I'm just gonna zoom in here. So if you're watching the stream and you're a cast member, kindly minimize it real quick. But for that tarot card pull, you can just gonna zoom in here for y'all. So we get a little something. Something. Anyway, carry on. You can watch the stream again. Go ahead. Cast members. Just wanted to. Yeah. So there is a little something going on, but.
May I climb a tree to scout the area?
I feel like you're gonna ask that
Sure,
question
you can
a
climb
lot
that
in
tree
this
over there on the
campaign.
left. Go ahead and climb that tree on the left.
Harmony's
I'm so glad.
staring at Dahlia
Okay.
and the weird lizard cat dog that Dahlia has in her hands.
Quiver.
Yes.
He's just like tucked there. His head's like poking out.
Make
I
a
would like
perception
adorable.
check for me.
Thena is leaned up against one of these headstones,
Mhm.
like the exhaustion catching up, and his like head in hands, just like,
Perception.
Perception. Yep.
That is a
Tales of
19
Aricia, thank you
plus
for the follow.
8. 27.
Tales of Aricia, we are happy to have you. So total perception
27.
27. This is the Crestfall Cemetery. Also, I have some flavor text. As the light fog continues to roll in from the eastern forest, you stand amidst an old, ancient, Gothic cemetery with wrought iron gates that surround the outer perimeter, worn or destroyed in some places by the passing of time. Hundreds of mossy headstones stretch out before you beyond this initial foyer into the better part of an acre of land. Some elegant and well kept, others plain, humble, or barely legible. The remnants of those faint howls that you had heard while in town still creep up your spine as you wonder if something else might. In the distance, at the far end of the Crestfall Cemetery, you can see what appears to be a large mausoleum. To the northeast, about 150 feet from the tree, is a small hut, more than likely the home of the cemetery groundskeeper, whose corpse stands disemboweled, or sits disemboweled by the tree on the right side from whence you currently stand, the tree closest to you. And with your active perception check of a lot, looking around, you do see something else. You see, as you soak in all of that sensory input and information, you look over in the tree and you can see what appears to be some kind of a winged creature, very similar in size to Rue, like a vulture almost shape. But as you kind of lock eyes with it, you can see these dark, slightly glowing, beady eyes. And as you lock eyes with this creature, it slowly shifts out of view behind
Which tree is it on?
this one.
The one I'm on?
Nope, the one to the right.
Oh,
Here.
oh.
You are currently aware of its presence.
Do I kill it?
It just seems to be watching currently.
I'm not taking chances. I'm not shooting an arrow. I would like to shoot it.
Okay.
Dahlia doesn't take chances in graveyards at 4 a.m. in the morning. It doesn't happen.
Go ahead and show me an attack roll.
Guys, something's here. That is a...
It has 3/4
14.
cover, so...
Okay. 14 plus 7. 21.
Yeah, I'll say you clip one of its wings. So go ahead and roll damage. Standard attack, yeah?
Yeah, just standard. Not using words. That is 11 points of piercing.
Okay.
As I alert everyone else just before I fire the arrow so they can kind of like see the trajectory.
Okay. Well, as you masterfully launch an arrow from your elevated position through the trees, even with 3/4 cover, just barely hits with it having an AC of 19. Your 21 pierces through the wing, and you hear a as you see this little shimmer.
That's a very good noise.
Thank you. This kind of shimmer and a little poof of smoke and this foul-smelling, almost like low tide smell. Very specifically, not a sulfurous smell. This low tide smell, as whatever was in the tree, kind of you hear a poof and rustling as the sort of a smattering of leaves just and begins to fall from the tree as whatever this thing was disappeared in a cloud of smoke. And as your eyes
What's that?
As your eyes shift over to the mausoleum, which more than likely will lead down into the hidden catacombs, we're gonna go ahead and take a break.
Did y'all see that freaky guy's forehead?
No.
I was like, oh my goodness, are we gonna get a little imp now?
I know.
The
just a
bitch
little
looked like
imp
a
is
fleshy
very-
banana.
Huh?
Looked like a fleshy banana.
Well,
The head of it.
So we'll say 11:48-ish EST shall return.
Nina is so tired. She's gonna be like, can we please go back now? We killed the wolves. There's nothing else. Let's go back.
All
It's
right.
bedtime.
We will see y'all back here in roughly about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you in 10.
Corpse behind the tree.
Well, you know,
So,
if I had a piece of paper, right, with notes on it from this thing, I would be throwing it over my shoulder. But it was a tarot
Oh
card
my
thing,
goodness.
mm.
so yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Unfortunately,
For
we will
real.
not get to see the machinations of the Burbalang.
Barbling.
Burbalang.
What?
The Burbalang.
That
That
doesn't
sounds like
sound
a
this
Pokemon.
Genesis.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
Go burbling!
Yeah, it does. But it's so cool looking.
Okay, but what does the burblings thing sound like? Burbling! Like,
Yeah.
Burbling.
Looked
Burbling.
like a fleshy banana.
Burbling!
Or what if it's super high pitched, like burbling? Burbling.
But it looks like it crawled out of a trash can that's
Yeah.
like
All right,
been
let's-
rotting for weeks.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start a poll here. Will these Chaos Gremlins ever not shoot
No.
the friendly Nothics?
The answer's no already.
Yeah. Look, if it's in the graveyard at 4 a.m.,
Like,
it's gonna die. It's gonna join the graveyard. You know?
it's simply gonna die. Like, I don't.
I had no reason to believe the zombie was friendly. And
It?
why? Why would we believe that? A different zombie just tried to kill us, and there
Well,
were
to be
3
fair, the
zombified
different
wards.
zombie- To be fair, the different zombie was just kind of walking along, and then the lady was like, "Oh fuck, a zombie! That's horrifying!" and started screaming. And then we came
Yeah.
out and killed it without it even provoking
Okay.
any of us.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Alright.
we just rolled up to the cemetery where zombies live, and we were like, "Hey, why don't you die?" Actually,
The
We
cemetery
actually-
where zombies
you're trying,
live.
you're trying to
Hold
serve us
up.
tea. You're trying to serve us tea. You're trying
Hold
to
up,
serve us
rewind. We're not
tea.
gonna walk past that one.
All right,
The
here's
cemetery where zombies live. It's their neighborhood. We walked into it.
Yes.
Zombies aren't supposed to live, though. They're not
Yeah, but
supposed
they're
to
from
exist.
the cemetery is the thing. So we just rolled up to their home turf. It was like, and he was like, "Oh, hey, do you guys want some tea?" And we're like, "Hey, fuck you, actually." So
I didn't
we're
realize we
bad guys
had.
in this situation.
I
I
didn't
need
realize
you
we
to
had
do
a
story
zombie
time.
sympathizer.
to be fair, I never touched
okay.
that poor second
Yeah.
T zombie.
Yeah, it was Libby that absolutely fucking murked the second T zombie.
The
But
the answer is: will these Chaos Gremlins ever not shoot the friendly Nothic? And the answer is doubtful. It's a resounding unanimous answer is doubtful.
Doubtful.
With one vote.
Agreed.
Yeah. With what? It's okay. One vote is still a vote. Thank you for
By
that.
Wait, is it
unanimous
on your
vote of
Twitter?
one.
Yes.
I haven't looked.
Guy, we're supposed to look at the numbers. You're supposed to take my word for it. Let me use my exaggerated flair. Okay. So
I'm sorry.
We'll have to do more votes next time. Okay. We need a bigger sample. But of the people that did respond, it is doubtful. That being said,
Oh yeah.
now that you have scared away the friendly Burbelang, unnamed group of chaos gremlins, what do? How proceed?
Oh, I wanted to go check the body of the guy behind the tree that was being eaten when we showed up.
Okay.
That guy. Is he the gravekeeper?
More
Graveyard
than
keeper?
likely, I will say, make an investigation check as you
I
kind of look for any
shall.
discerning clues as to
Over
the
on
identity
street, right?
of this mysterious deceased individual who is being partially devoured by a zombified warg.
While Mix goes off to do that, Thena looks up at Dahlia and says, Dahlia, you can't shoot at every bat in the trees. What are you doing?
That's gonna be a 23 investigation.
Okay, 23. So,
Yeah.
I'll give Dahlia a chance to respond.
You know, we were just attacked by 3 fucking knows whats and a zombie. I'm not taking my chances, alright?
Somebody might shoot you. You're up in a tree now. Being all suspicious.
I would like to see them try.
I'll
She's
shoot
just
you.
finding back down.
Please, no friendly fire.
That'd
Okay.
be fun.
The answer, by the way, Migs, is yes. There are several identifying accoutrement marks, some documentation, a pin that bears the identifying sigil of Crestfall Cemetary. So, I'd say you find about 3 different things that would lead you to believe that yes, this is indeed the cemetery groundskeeper.
Okay. Is there anything else of interest on him? Like any spooky letters or like?
Spooky letters. No, he just
Letters?
has he has a small coin pouch that contains 1 gold, 17 silver, and 33 copper.
That is his entire life savings.
We
Yes,
should find out
basically.
if he has any. We should
Am I
find out
about
if
to
he has any.
rob?
Migs
Am
with
I
the
about to rob this guy?
L with the sunglasses. So,
Libby is right next to you.
I could rob this guy. I don't give a shit.
I just want to say, with everybody
doesn't need it.
else, every other player at this table, it's like this is probably this guy's life savings, and then L over here with the fucking sunglasses being like, it's like the
rob
perfect
this guy.
image. It's
A
like
lot
the
of
perfect
my
got no life to
characters would
save
agree with
anymore.
her. A lot of my characters would agree with her. Libby is not one of them.
This guy doesn't.
wondering if I should
need
rob the
anyone.
recently deceased.
I will leave him 1 coin. I'll leave him a silver,
Oh.
one of his
No.
silver coins, so he can
I'm
get into
gonna
the
leave him
afterlife. I'll
$1.
take the rest of it.
I'm
gonna take
should.
the rest of it. Though. How much was it that was on there?
Y'all are aging me rapidly.
if Libby is gonna try to stop me, I will try to do this stealthily.
We should find out if he has any family.
He probably
They-
doesn't. He works at a graveyard. Like,
I don't follow your logic. People of
Ugh.
every
Obviously-
kind work. People of every kind have families.
if he works at a graveyard, he's either incredibly lonely or all his family is dead. So,
What's your reasoning behind that?
because he works at a graveyard,
It's just the vibe.
it's the vibe, honey.
I'm afraid I don't understand what makes that different from any other career.
This is like that time y'all reprimanded the haunted kitchen for being a haunted kitchen, and the ghostly hand that was coming out of the oven just went.
I can't wait to pick that stream back up. That was so fucking fun.
You can't blame me.
Ah,
I don't fuck with haunted
Yeah.
kitchens.
My favorite thing's the Ouija board. And we're just like, nope.
Yeah, so
There's
this
spirit
guy's
board
definitely
just in there.
lonely. Like, is there? I need to know, since I rolled.
Is he
so
wearing a
high on
wedding ring?
Investigation. Does this guy have any markers of being incredibly lonely?
is he wearing a wedding ring?
You know what? Yes, he is. He is wearing a wedding ring.
Aw, damn. They're probably dead. My theory still stands. Anyway, I'm gonna take his money.
So
How much money was it
Yes.
that you said it was on him?
1 gold, 17 silver, 33 copper.
I'll leave him 1 silver, and so I'll take 1 gold, 16 silver, and what did you say? 30 copper?
33 copper.
33 copper. Cool.
Don't you get paid as an emissary?
I haven't
that
been
poor,
paid
darling?
yet. I haven't been paid yet, quite frankly.
Oh,
You were
that's such a
just
shame.
paid 33 copper.
Yeah, exactly.
So Migs is robbing the recently deceased, which is a clear violation of the law.
Libby just
Not
And
my
also,
law.
and also
Not
when
my law.
and also when this guy's widow comes looking for the will, which says, "I leave my entire life savings to my wife and children," they're gonna be like, "Well, who saw him last?"
I'm running on the theory that his wife is dead, or his husband is dead. So
may
you know.
may I grab the wedding ring to give to his spouse if we find out?
Sure. Yep.
Do I know
Isn't
the
that
name?
robbing? I would argue stealing a wedding ring from a dead
Stop.
person is worse than
I-
stealing his money.
I am not stealing it. I intend to deliver it to his spouse.
And how will you find his spouse?
It's not
Do
a
I know
very
the
big
groundskeeper?
village.
Yes, you do. His name is. How should I say this? I have to alter it enough to not get sued by Nintendo. Umpe. Here we go. Umpe.
I didn't realize he
name
was
is-
married in the game that we're avoiding saying.
Now I'm gonna have
I
to
didn't
write
realize
this
he was
down.
married.
And like,
Do
I didn't
I-
realize that guy was married, to be honest.
Do I know if spouse is alive?
make a history check because it's not someone that you would have regular contact.
17?
You would know that he has a very. I'm gonna use an English word here. A very frumpy wife.
What does
who-
frumpy mean?
Who is I can see Renee
Unkempt.
nodding. So
Mhm.
frumpy, yeah, a little bit, kind of like average, your average mid-50s, kind of
Homely?
let themselves go a little bit. Homely, yeah. But very nice, very pleasant. Sometimes gets a little angry if things aren't done her way. Has been known to complain a few times at the coffee shop, but no more than anyone else.
She a Karen?
Not
No,
quite.
she's Portuguese.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's
She's
kind
not
of like
Karen.
kind of more
East
like
Coast.
kind of more like reprimanding you for not getting the coffee order right.
Whilst whilst Megs is robbing and Libby is reprimanding,
Breaking the law,
can-
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
fine.
In front of an officer of the
Um,
law.
yeah.
By
Listen,
default.
I'm not breaking any of my laws.
Right,
I
aren't you supposed
don't
to be
live
babysitting
here.
us?
Yes,
That's how they do things in the
exactly,
Karus in the
Megs.
Empire.
I don't.
You
live here.
don't
It's
live here. I
fine.
would
Is
suggest you be
brainstorming
slightly
illegal
more,
there?
be a little more subtle if you're wanting to break the law, especially in front of me. But I'll let it slide. But you'll owe me a favor.
You're not even next to me, but okay.
No, but I'm watching you. And I
His
can hear.
his wife's name is Doreen. Let's go with that.
Doreen.
Doreen.
Harmony's in the middle of the thing. She's like, Migs, I know you're up to some shit.
I know you're into some shit over there behind that tree.
Meg
But,
I'm like,
disappeared for too long.
Can Harmony
Yes.
walk off and just kind of do an investigative sweep and see if there's any kind of like arcane sigils on any of the graves around here?
Yeah, I would say if you're doing like sort of a mass sweep, that would be a perception check. How quickly are you? Do you want to take time? Or are you just going to do a quick survey?
She'll take her time. She'll be meticulous with this.
Okay, it'll take you some time. Doing that would probably take the better part. That would be like an all-day endeavor. So
Ooh.
I would say maybe a brief once-over would be
Brief once-over, then.
reasonable without people saying, "Hey, what you doing?"
What's going on?
So yeah, I'll say make a perception check. We'll call it, call it DC 13. No,
Two.
there do not appear to be any runes and/or mysterious sigils on the
Graves here?
headstones.
Never heard of them.
Is the
Nope, just
mausoleum
What's a
locked?
grave?
well. So the mausoleum is on the other side of the ground. So this is just the first plot here. It opens up to about an acre. So the mausoleum is at the far side. So about a 10-minute, not even because it took you 15 minutes to get here. I would say if you walk for about 5 minutes or less, you'll get to the mausoleum. But you have to walk across the property.
Would
Through
we
the rest of the
know
cemetery.
to get to the crypt is to go to through the mausoleum?
Well, there's one main building, and then there's also the shack that belonged to the gravekeeper that was on the ground. More than likely, he lived in town, but also had this sort of, and it's not completely ramshackle. It's relatively well kept. It's just a small shed. There might be, a bed in there or something like that, but for the most part, usually he would come and go. And there might be other groundskeepers that come on shifts, knowing that he's married to Dory.
Oh, so sorry. Can Thena do a quick sweep for anything else moving on the acre of land, just to kind of gaze out and see if something else seems to be lumbering about?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception from just kind of gazing into the dark. You have night vision, the dark vision, right? Yep. And it is a
16.
It is a waxing gibbous, so it is almost full. 16. Plenty of moonlight. Nothing really catches your eye. The fog remains, but most of the attention seemed to have been gathering towards you, and they may have been these undead, zombified wargs may have been spread throughout the grounds, but they seemed to, looking back as to how the situation unfolded, they seemed to have been stalking you or coming closer and closer to you, as you remember seeing them kind of through the shadows.
I think that I think the cemetery is now filled with only dead things. Do we have to go to the mausoleum tonight?
Well, we probably won't be able to go during the day, because it'll be probably highly guarded. Or people will be around, and so they'll be like, "Hey, what the fuck are you guys doing?"
Is that an issue? Because if he's not
Well,
supposed to be in there, and we're supposed to go take care of that.
When are we expected at the manor?
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night.
And how long will it take to get there?
It's not. It's just outside of town, right? It was up to the.
Yeah, it was about an hour. You said, right?
Northeast?
An hour walk.
About that. A little
It was
bit
that
less than an
building
hour
northeast
on the big
of,
plateau.
Yeah. Do you remember that woods that Thena ducked into? It's right outside of those woods.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it would be
Alright.
wise for us to come back during the day. I think most of us are a bit low on energy at the moment.
I'm exhausted and I could sleep quite a few more hours.
Can we at
Makes
least
it just
investigate
sunglasses.
the mausoleum? Not enter it or, greet this person who gave us that letter, but I think a thorough search before we can rest easy knowing no more will be venturing into town would be best.
Maybe. Are those guards ever... Do they walk through water? What... Harmony, what do the guards do here? Do they walk?
It is remarkable that we made it
They
here before
do.
them.
Yeah, where
Well,
are they?
They had to go
But
back to
I'm-
they had to go back to Fort Phoenix, and
Yes.
explain what happened. Probably write a
And then-
report, and then get guards assembled to go back through the. So Fort Phoenix. Remember when you first crossed the bridge, where the fortune teller was? That's where the fort is. That's where most of the guards and the
That's a
military are
minute
stationed.
away.
It's more than a minute. It's a long. So you were on the far western outskirts of town. This guy had to run. Probably had to stop a couple times, all the way down to it had to gain entry to the fort, check in, petition his case, see if somebody believed him, and then they had to get a bunch of people together, mobilize something, probably after some convincing, and then march through. Because the first thing they tell you in public service is that if there's any question of a doubt, or if no one has been, injured, in most situations you're not going to run. There's only 2 times where you run in any situation. 3 times. 1, active shooter. 2, officer down, or officer, EMS, or firefighter down. 3, kids. Anything else, whether it's or again, it's the same thing with the military. It's if you're actively engaged in combat, run. Okay, you can run, or you can move quickly, but most of the time, if you're not directly engaged, you're walking. That's civil service and military. So military, I'm not 100% on, but civil service, I am. So more than likely, given that even if there is a body, they're going to get there quickly, but they're not going to, you don't run. Might be walking into a trap or an ambush or anything like that. So it's probably going to take them some time. The first thing they're going to do is probably cordon off that area. I'm sure probably a couple of the town's guard have probably set up some kind of a perimeter around that zombie that you had fought. So it's going to take them some time to get here. That's the TLDR. It's going to take them probably
We should
an hour.
definitely.
So
First
we
of all,
shouldn't
Harmony.
expect them.
First of all, Harmony, your government
Yes,
sucks.
Nix.
Second of all,
Mhm.
second of all, we
If you
should
have
probably
problems, write a formal complaint,
investigate.
darling.
We should probably investigate the mausoleum now before the guards cordon everything off, and we can't get back in.
I agree.
I
Well, you
do
probably
worry that
could
if
with
there's-
West Station, but
Who wants to go back to bed?
I
do
mean,
worry that
obviously,
there's
I could get
more-
back in.
Ko
but-
is standing in a cemetery in a silk robe and fuzzy slippers.
I was just like, hey guys, it's kind of chilly and I'm kind of tired. Can I go back to the inn? Because I want to go back to sleep. I don't want to.
Y'all, we should not engage in a dungeon crawl when everybody is wiped the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to do a
we're not
dungeon
saying,
crawl.
yeah, we're not saying
Just
to
do
engage.
a
We want
quick,
to
just do a quick investigation. Make sure we don't miss anything before the
Yeah.
guards come here and fuck everything up. Essentially.
Who said it was a dungeon crawl?
Well, and so to
I
be
must-
fair,
Okay, catacombs plural
Oh.
suggests that it's a bit of a complex
Mhm.
down there.
I just
hidden catacombs, bear in mind.
We just meet the crypt keeper.
Guys, it
Is it,
could
are
be,
we just meeting the crypt keeper?
It
We
could
met
be
the
graveyard
crypt keeper. You
IKEA.
robbed him.
yes.
No, that was the graves keeper, not the crypt keeper. I was
Yeah.
making a really old reference.
I know what you were
Sorry.
referencing.
Yes.
I wanted to
It's a
also throw
delightful
shade.
show. Delightful show.
Yes.
I want to revive that very badly and voice a new version of the Crypt Keeper.
Ah.
It is a
I-
dream.
My
Yeah.
fear is that if we go and investigate the mausoleum, the guy who has managed to raise this many dead and keep them up and has the absolute, what is the good word for it? Lack of sanity to just throw them about as if they're toys. I don't want to really mess with that.
Yeah, one of them was trying to serve you tea.
I concur with the tall green lady. I just like to go to bed.
I also think it would be unwise to endanger ourselves.
We don't know
I
if maybe
am
he's
also-
trapped it to where if you get too close, you can't leave, or if
Mhm.
perhaps you enter it and it won't let you out. We have no idea. And we
I'm
have no
also on team sleep.
Can
Be
we glean?
preferable.
Can we
As you
glean
wish.
any? I'm sorry. Can
Can
we
we just
glean
do
any?
a quick? quick check.
Stab everybody.
The final boss of
Um,
the campaign is analysis paralysis.
Is there information that we could glean from a distance?
I've
That could
looked.
give us some information without further endangering us.
I've looked over the grounds from what I can see from here, and there appears to be nothing else moving about. Unless something's standing particularly still like this guy was, but if they are, they're probably going to stay there until daylight crisps them. Or they're ordered back.
I still think we should at least check it out, make sure there's not like any notes left for us that could condemn us in the eyes of the guards, obviously.
Okay. We're walking with the love child of the man in charge around here. I don't think they're gonna, even if we are straight up said, you are responsible, they're not gonna care.
I don't
Libby
know if
does look
Harmony
to
has
Harmony
that
for,
much
like,
sway.
I do.
How about this? Why don't those of you who want to stay, and those of you who want to go to
Oh
bed,
no.
go to bed.
Don't split the
I mean,
party.
I'm going to bed.
I mean, I agree that we should sleep. I am very hungover, but we should check to make sure that there isn't anything that could condemn us.
I do
And
not
that's
think
what
it is
I'm going
wise
to.
for us to split up.
We
Bearing
do
in
have-
mind, I am your ward. And I have to look after all of you.
It's gonna be very hard looking two different directions, Harmony.
Yes,
I don't-
yes, it is.
I don't mean to nitpick. This is out of character. I don't mean to nitpick, but isn't a ward the one who's being looked after?
Yes.
Wouldn't everybody in the party
We're
be
the
your
wards.
wards?
Yes.
You're our warden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, apologies.
You're all
I'm
good.
sorry. I was just like, that seems
We'll
bad.
just- we'll
I
just
knew how
say-
it was.
You're
Nitpick
my
me when
ward?
it's 5 a.m. Go on, nitpick me when it's 5 a.m.
Mix is like, you're my ward now? Interesting.
No, but
It's canon. Harmony is very tired. You're all very tired. That's more case in point for Harmony.
We
to
have
want
been
to
in this
return to-
day for 5 games.
yeah, I think so.
Yes,
Realistically,
but you're
as a
doing cool
game-
shit now.
on a gameplay standpoint, right? I don't think we should go investigate today, and I don't think anything that would be there will be gone tomorrow. And if it is, it's not necessarily a bad thing because we're trying to just get to the dinner party.
Yeah.
This guy is just
I'd agree with
adding
that.
extra
Yeah.
roadblocks to us
This-
getting to this
Agreed,
freaking dinner
yeah.
party.
Just so you know,
So-
this is not tarot card shenanigans. This is part of the story.
Yeah,
Right.
but still, like, as far as our characters are concerned, we're just trying to
Correct,
get to,
yeah.
like, a dinner
Mhm.
party tomorrow. So whatever this guy's trying to throw at us is, like, sub.
Like,
Mhm.
Harmony doesn't
So-
want to go in the mausoleum. Harmony wants to investigate, around it, just to see. And then she,
Mix
you know,
probably
That
would
sounds
go
like something that
inside the
Harmony would
mausoleum.
love to do herself.
Let me sell you on this. It is a 5-minute walk from where you are.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay,
what if,
let's just go take a peek at it.
what if
if
we
you
just
want-
let
to
our
see.
more investigative
every-
people go do that?
if everyone wants to go to bed, Harmony is more than willing to comply because, as she said, she's looking after you all, and the irresponsible thing to do would be to be like, I'm gonna go investigate this thing because I'm interested, you know? If y'all want to go Betty buys, let's bring you Betty buys.
Can we
God.
get
Migs,
Dahlia's moved
So-
off towards the mausoleum?
yeah, Migs also has just dipped.
That's fine. If you
Migs
guys
just
want to
starts
take like
walking.
10-15 minutes
Alright.
to go investigate the mausoleum, but if your asses get stuck there, I'm leaving you.
Dahlia and Migs could probably handle it. We're fine.
Okay, so
Hopefully.
who's walking over to the mausoleum?
I guess
Dahlia,
everybody now.
Everybody? Okay, who is
No, I see
Ah,
these people shaking their-
goddamn.
I think it's just Migs and Dahlia going.
Libby is looking to Harmony for, like,
Because
are we going
I-
over there or not?
Because I figured Migs and Dahlia, while everyone else was arguing, was just kind of like,
Okay,
fine.
alright. So while everyone else is arguing, Migs and Dahlia slip off to the mausoleum. It's about a 5-minute walk through the cemetery right after the witching hour. And you make your way over to the mausoleum, and before you stands an old mausoleum. And there is a gate that stands locked, or that stands closed, that leads down into an underground crypt. There are also 3 separate mausoleums on the outside of the main, what appears to be the main complex, the main crypt. The main crypt has a gate that is facing east, which is closed, and each of the 3 mausoleums face north, south, and west.
I would like to see, like, stalk Megs a bit, and look, see if I see footprints or any traces of that sludgy mess
Okay,
that the zombies had
make
on
an
them.
investigation check.
Oh, would it not be survival
It would be
to
an
look at footprints?
to look to see if there are footprints would be an investigation.
Yeah. Okay.
I would
Survival
like
is like
to-
find the path in the wild. This is more of this is more like a crime scene investigation.
I would
Okay.
like
Investigation.
to I would like to also look around, but like trying to like see if like there's any signs of like someone having gone down there recently or like something having come up recently. Just kind of like any signs of life, I guess, or unlife.
Okay, so you know what we'll say.
And like
Go ahead.
everything.
Okay, so we'll say investigation. As far as the zombie, difficult to tell. But if you want to maybe track paw print specifically, a little different natural thing, I'll allow it. If you want to make another roll for survival to track the wargs specifically.
Yes.
Okay, I got a
19.
26.
Okay, and what are you looking for, Mix, specifically?
I'm looking to basically for any signs of like this necromancer guy, and like just kind of like seeing like if like this is like the base, I guess, like if this is like where he's going in and
Okay,
out of, and like
so-
where the zombies are coming in and out of.
There are MIG specifically investigation, crime scene. Footprints come from the eastern gate. So facing east is the main crypt entrance. The gate is closed. You have not tried it yet, but there are footprints coming out from the gate. For paw prints specifically, they seem to come from the north, east, and west from the wooded areas and are a little bit sporadic. But you can, Dahlia takes some time to track and does find a few kind of insidious-looking paw prints that seem to come from the woods, not from anywhere here specifically. Certainly not from the mausoleums or the crypt.
Okay, so I think then the wargs were like a different thing.
Well, Migs finds the footprints of the zombie, which have little splotches of spilled tea and kind of like, little patches of wet spots in the dirt that had dried and clumped up.
I'm like, Earl Grey?
Yeah,
I
yep,
see.
yep. But Dahlia specifically finds the paw prints, and they seem to be coming from the wooded, the wilds, the wooded
Okay.
areas around.
Can I try the gate?
Okay.
Is it like locked or?
You try the gate, and the gate is locked. There was one additional phrase on the letter, Dahlia. Below it said, after it was signed von Schnibbelnack III. There was also one last little bit of wording that said Goosfraba.
What does that mean?
What's Goose Rabba mean?
Goosfraba?
you asked that out loud?
Yeah.
Would I know what that means?
Well, I would say in that situation, Dahlia, you know that there was that little bit, Gesundheit, that last little bit of that. But exactly what it means, it's kind of like just gibberish.
I kind of open it and like read it out loud and look at Mix like, huh? Do you know what Goosfraba means?
Okay.
Would I know what that means?
It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but
It's an open sesame.
Is
type
it
thing.
like a language? Is it something backwards? Is it like some kind of magical phrase?
do you read it out loud, Gaby?
Yeah.
Okay. Stand by one.
It's a magical phrase.
It's an open sesame.
Okay.
Open sesame.
All right. So, as you say the passphrase, you hear a click. And you hear kind of on the wind, Usfraba.
Usfraba.
And the little click opens, and we'll say, all right, and I think Key is tapping out, so we're going to say goodnight to Rory. Peace.
Night.
Good night.
Rory.
Bye.
Rory's having a needs to lie down.
Bye.
Bye. So, Gusraba. Yes. And I will black out that camera for now.
And that was to enter the mausoleum
Health.
itself.
I will say, health and wellness comes first. So if anybody ever has a moment where they're like, "Oof, I need to lie down," or they're having any kind of a medical concern, that comes first. So please just let me know. That is an open table for me. So we can start that off as I need to lie down. So good night, and we will continue. Gusraba, the gate clicks, and you hear that whisper on the wind.
I want to try the gate again, so it like opens now.
The gate does open now. Yes, you can. It's literally just gibberish nonsense.
Cool,
Doesn't
cool,
mean anything specifically.
Hey,
I look at Dahlia. Should we head in, or should we wait till
You're
the
gonna
next
you're gonna start this thing without a...
No,
I look forward to your next characters.
I'm gonna grab Miggs by the scruff of the neck
Hey,
and kind of like pull her
you're only a
over,
foot
pull her
taller
in,
than me.
and then go, Gusraba, see if it locks.
Nope. Seemed to be.
I want to
open
say,
phrase.
what was that? The oof
The
ravis.
Uzdraga.
Gusraba? No, yeah, nothing happened after you say it again. It
No,
seemed to be...
the thing that it like whispered after.
It just whispered Gusraba.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
It seemed to be some kind of a magical, maybe an arcane lock of some kind. But the passphrase did seem to unlock what appeared to be a magical lock on the crypt.
Is there like a regular padlock on it?
Nope, just a regular old-fashioned lock and key. But
Oh,
you didn't
okay.
have any key, and
Well, I could lock it again with lockpicks.
you're gonna lock out the rest of the party.
No, close it again, and then we can unlock it later.
Sure, you can try.
Because I mean, we don't want like stuff coming out. Although I guess like the guy probably could open it, so I don't know.
Okay.
So I won't do that. I guess it's kind of dumb.
Look, it's very unlikely that they're going to try enter a mausoleum. We know it's open.
Oh,
Now we just...
you know, I'm sorry. The groundskeeper did have a set of keys on him as well, but trying the
I would
key.
have totally taken those keys.
Yeah, trying all of the keys, none of them. There looked like one that looked like it should work, but you would have discovered that it mysteriously did not open this gate, and it was only by saying the passphrase.
Okay.
We go back to the others, like
Yeah.
we said we would. And we check it out, I don't know, eventually. We need to wake up early.
Check
and
it out in the morning.
Okay.
Maybe not even then.
So you all reconvened, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, do you relock this crypt entrance?
Yes.
Make a sleight of... Okay, so roll on your thieves tools. Add your
Roll on my
proficiency
tools.
bonus and dexterity modifier. Your modifier is dexterity.
Yeah.
And you are proficient, so it should automatically do it for you in Roll20, or you can roll your own if you want to do that. But it would be add proficiency. If you want to roll on your own.
It's gonna be 19.
Yeah, 19. Okay. Let's say with the key itself, you're able to... Actually, you don't even need, because you have the key. I'm sorry, what am I thinking? Yeah. Lock it. Easy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, it's on brand of me to have forgotten that I have a key and will actually just use lockpicks instead. But
Hey, you know what? Let's go with
on
it.
brand.
So, Dahlia, you see Miggs forget that she has a key and just locks the thing with lockpicks, and then you can see the keys jingling from her belt.
Can I pick the key? Can I pick the keys?
No,
You
you
don't
can't
need
take
them.
my keys.
Okay.
I would like to attempt to pickpocket.
Okay,
Oh.
Dahlia, make a sleight of hand check. Miggs, make a perception check.
You bitch.
You don't need them. It's gonna need to go to the next person. Oh, double 19s.
I
23.
got a 23 as well.
What's your total?
My
23.
total's 23.
I would say you have this moment where you go to take the keys and you have them in your hand and you just kind of unclip them from the belt. But Migs, you put your hand on Dahlia's wrist and you have a moment where you're kind of standing next to each other and you're like, now what do you do?
I just keep pulling. You don't need
I-
the keys.
Oh,
This is
They're
going
my-
to
children. Children,
I
please.
found them.
All right.
Fair and
I'm gonna grab
square.
Migs by the ear.
All
Hey!
right, you,
I'm like, listen,
Dahlia,
the next
make
groundskeeper
make
is
an
going to need
athletics
this.
check. Make an athletics check.
I will
Migs,
return them.
Migs, make athletics or acrobatics check.
Natural 20.
You're such a greedy little
Oh, you
gremlin. It's
bastard.
hilarious.
My acrobatics is a 19.
That's
total?
20.
Total? 19 total?
Yeah, 19 total.
Okay. Yeah, Dahlia just
You
yanks the
bitch.
keys away.
Probably does that fucking thing where she hates it up, and I'm like, hey!
Look, Migs, I'm all for the chaos and taking from whoever. People need to be able to do their jobs. If you take the keys, how are they going to take our shit?
Well, we might need them.
It's unlikely.
We're going down into a crypt that is in the graveyard. We might need those
That is-
keys.
That was magically locked. So I'm just gonna look away. Come on.
What the fuck?
Listen, I have a dragon. Come on, let's go.
Okay, so the party reconvenes at
Yeah.
the gates to
What
the
the
Crestfall
fuck?
Cemetery with one very frustrated Migs.
Did everything
This
go
is
okay?
definitely the entire walk back trying to grab the keys back and failing.
I feel like Dahlia's just like holding them up. Not even like high, just like holding them.
Slight. Well,
See, the funny
Dahlia-
thing is, Dahlia isn't even
Dahlia's only like a foot taller than Mig, so Dahlia would have to like hold it up high, but like
I think if
Gives the keys to Thena.
Thena saw this happening, Thena would like lift Dahlia up and just carry her along.
why?
We need art of her carrying Dahlia like bridal style.
Okay, so you pick up Dahlia and you begin to carry Dahlia. And where do y'all proceed back to the ebb tide collectively as a group?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You
On the
don't
way
need
back-
the keys either, Dahlia.
Sheesh.
Yes,
On the
but
way-
at least I know the people in town. I can give it to someone who
Ah,
can do something with it.
On the way back, Libby comes up next to Dahlia and she's just like, "Did you know the groundskeeper?"
In fact, yes, I did.
Forgot to keep the fucking button pressed. Do you know his family? I found a wedding ring on him. I wanted to give it to the rightful owner.
I'm familiar
both
with
books.
his wife. What was her name?
Doreen.
Doreen. I love that we
yes,
all
I've
say
had
it the same way.
A cup of coffee, I think, at one point, at the cafe.
Okay.
She's
I
an interesting
want-
woman.
I wanted to deliver the wedding ring in the news. There was a coin purse as well, but it is no longer on the body.
I wonder how that could have happened.
Uh,
I don't know
Migs.
if I know where they
Okay.
live. Do I?
You don't know where they live personally, no. You could turn it into the Lawmaster's Hall, and, I mean, you're probably... Tell you what, here's what I'm going to say. As you're having this discussion, okay, you are marching, or you are all walking back towards the ebb tide. Yes, is there anything anyone else wants to do in or around the cemetery as you make your way back to the ebb tide? Okay.
No.
Collectively, you all make your way back out of the creepy cemetery, through the woods. The fog starts to thin, and you get about to the Evergreen Farmstead, where you can see a group of 6 6 of the Royal Valerian Royal Guard, who are marching in formation, walking up in the general direction of the cemetery. Right around the bridge, you can see over, and you can see that an additional 2 of them break off. and there are about 5. 2 have positioned themselves over the bridge, and another 5 have cordoned off a perimeter around the body. One of them rushes to join the others as they are dismissed and reallocated. And you have now 5 Valyrian Royal Guards marching towards you. Now you have an opportunity to do anything that you as far as turning in, etc. Or you can wait and
Miggs is
deliver it
just
to the
gonna-
Town Master's Hall in
Miggs is
the
just
town.
gonna stalk past the guards and go back into the inn. Go back to bed.
Okay, so they're already over the bridge. There's 2 sets of guards. There's the ones that have set up a perimeter, and there's the ones that are marching towards you.
Yeah, can I just walk past them?
Do you want to? I mean, they are making eye contact with all of you as if and they're kind of holding up their arms and making kind of like they want to stop and talk.
What?
Harmony, do you want to deal with this?
Oh, sorry. I thought you had everything under control.
Oh, I do. I just don't really like talking to cops.
I wonder why. Curious. Harmony will walk forward. Men?
Okay, so as they kind of stop, and it is amongst them is the same town's guard that you had encountered before outside of the ebb tide, and there seems to be someone else here in charge, more of a larger man, sort of a well-kept beard, who kind of steps forward and approaches, and it's Sergeant Harmony North, yes?
Yes, that is me.
You have been to the cemetery? Where we
We
heard
have.
those strange sounds?
We came into contact with a few other undead beings, but we've
Undead?
dispatched them. Yes.
Is that what this is?
Yes, of some sort. However, we're still investigating it. We don't quite know entirely what's going on. So,
Necromancy hasn't been used in these parts for the better part of several decades.
well, there's something I was going to say necromantic, and I was like, I don't know if that's the word.
Necromantic magic has also been forbidden
Yeah.
in the Isle of Hellevast, especially in the town of Fairhaven. And also, the recent rise of the Duskwatch has made people very uncomfortable. That being said, I don't have any reports of a Duskwatch activity in the area. It's possible it could be a rogue Duskwatch agent, which would make this an investigation that falls securely under your jurisdiction. And just
Right.
between you and me, I fucking hate these creeps. Right? So if you find anything about some Duskwatch, bring it to me. My name is Sergeant Schmidt. So from one officer to another, if you find anything on these scumbags wanting to come in and take our jobs from us, right?
Oh, yes.
Be sure to be the first to let me know. You can check in at the Lawmaster's Hall or at the barrack.
Of course. I will do
Raiding
diligent
party of
work.
7. Thank you, Minstrel's Tale. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for raiding. We have discovered some undead. Necromancy has been forbidden, but there is, with something that we call the Withering Malady, which has yet to really affect the rest of the party. Many practitioners of light-aligned magic have been losing their powers, and the Duskwatch is a formal organization recently sanctioned by Queen Valeria herself to allow for the widespread deployment of lawmasters and soldiers and guardsmen, officers, that sort of thing, who use darker magics, shadow magics, to follow darker deities. So, thank you, Phoenix Writes TV. Excellent, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the raid, everybody. And raiders get a tarot card, but first I want to go back to this conversation between you and Sergeant Schmidt, who I am going to write down so I don't forget.
Sergeant Schmidt.
Who has a chip on his shoulder about the Duskwatch.
Yeah, it does.
Which is a common theme that we have actually done in the Heavensfire playtest, so you'll see a lot more of that. This is very important because it will be common in Harmony. You are aware of this sort of sentiment towards the Duskwatch.
It
There
seems
is-
justified.
Yeah, there is a feeling, especially because a lot of the paladins and clerics are people who might be considered as pious or holy. Ziggy, Overlord of the Seas. I love that name. Thank you for the follow. To have these individuals, these practitioners who formerly practice this outlawed magic, are now being sanctioned by both the Queen and the High Council, which Ko's mother is a part of. And it's very frustrating because a lot of soldiers had friends that, are very faithful people, and seeing practitioners of Lorik or Satyr or Osirian is unsettling for many of them. And also they feel like they're being put out of a job because they used to work side by side with the battle mages, servants of Mystra, and also these paladins, priests, clerics, war priests, etc. And now it's just the town guards. And not only are they, some of them being put on leave because the Dusk Watch is a formidable force, but a lot of them feel like both them and their friends are being slowly put out of a job. So thus the sentiment of, if this is Dusk Watch, find these pricks so we can take them down. If they're practicing illegally and unsanctioned for whatever reason. Now, they are sanctioned, but they have to declare official activity, so he's thinking there might be some kind of foul play involved. Especially considering, as he continues this business, we'll have to see if we can identify this corpse in the middle of town outside of the ebb tide. And if we can, who knows? Maybe we can classify it as a murder. Dusk Watch are involved. Maybe insidious practices, trying to raise the dead for their own benefit, their own gain. Maybe a rogue agent who has not been able to control their sadistic urges. We'll certainly make a case that our union is building against them.
Do you perhaps would Harmony know if there are any higher level clerics like around? Like, would she know if one was here, like stationed here?
Didn't you get touched by
Yes.
one?
I did, but I don't know where she went.
More than likely, she's at the Church of the Great Pantheon, so that is Evelyn Signorella, Shield of the Dawn Mother. And she is more than likely at the All Faiths Chapel, the Church of the Great Pantheon. There are also,
What's her name again?
Evelyn Signorella. 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 Or Signorella, depending on your pronunciation. Her official title is Shield of the Dawn Mother, and she is the highest ranking religious official. She has, as of yet, been unaffected by the withering malady. Now, she had told you that she was making her way over to the Church of the Great Pantheon to check in with the local clergy. Of the local clergy, there are none in particular who are of note. There are several pastors and priests and clergy that you might be aware of, but the three that come to mind, the local pastor is Pastor McClure, who is an older woman with an outstanding record, and always been a faithful servant of the church. And the two that serve under her at the Church of the Great Pantheon, she's a human. There is one half-elf that serves under her, and another a halfling. And they all have exceeding track records to your knowledge, and you maybe even heard a good anecdote of Pastor McClure doing a house call or two, and is just a very pleasant person overall.
As a quick aside, does Thena recognize Duskwatch?
No.
No? Okay.
Ooh. Okay, so we have another plant card, which is perfect.
Cool.
So from the tarot pool, we have 3 of plants. So from the last one, also, Dolly, remember you have 8 well-kept stocks of red cap mushrooms, rounded red cap mushrooms that you found through tarot card. And you can keep those and eventually make them into a poison. So for anyone that is new here, so we are ESPDND, and Heavensfire is we are a channel of queer witches playing D&D, and for anyone that is here from the past 3 raids, if you are queer, or if you are at all interested in witchy stuff, and if you like TTRPGs, which I'm assuming you do because you're here, you can check out our Discord community with other friendly witches and TTRPG nerds, and lots of queer folk. Be gay, do cosmic crimes. So we have a system. It's a tarot card system with our friends at WeirdWorks LLC. We are using their tarot cards. It's the Adventurer's Tarot. So you can check that out. So, beautiful, beautiful art. We already saw this once before. It was the 1 of plants, but now we're drawing the 3 of plants. Okay, beautiful card. It is laced and lined in gold. It's the Adventurer's Tarot. There's a lot of really beautiful cards. I'm going to pull one from the middle just to see, so I can show y'all what it looks like. Speaking of clerics, this is from the middle of the deck. Other great cards like the Cleric, beautiful, beautiful art. WeirdWorks LLC. If you're into tarot, or if you like D&D stuff that is tarot-esque or witchy-esque, here's the wizard card. That's what it looks like. Absolutely beautiful. And we have an entire roll table system. So, patrons, raiders, new subscribers or recurring subscribers, any type of gift subscription triggers a tarot card pull. And also viewers with 850 channel points can also trigger activation of a tarot card pull. So the 3 of plants, we're going to go ahead and consult ye old roll table. So Ko and Dahlia had our first rolls on the plants, right? Okay, so who would like to do the next one? Who would like to roll the d4? Who's feeling spry as to
I'll
the
do
plant cards? Okay, and it is upright. So thank you for Minstrel's Tale for pulling an upright 3 of plants. Upright, as most tarot is generally positive. So
That's a 3.
a 3. Ooh. Okay. What's your passive perception, Libby?
15 if I'm in light.
Good enough. So you and the different runes that occasionally flash on your HUD as a construct of ancient Arcassian technology. As you are standing talking to these guards, you're scanning the area, and there is a small patch of shrubbery, sort of, that catches your eye. Just on the corner here, you see where the plot of land, just at the edge of this farmland here, that is a little bit out of place. It is there's this cluster of very bright white flowers just at the edge of the farmland here, and you immediately recognize that you get a couple of alerts and sort of this upbeat, positive sort of affirmation as far as sort of a warning noise in your HUD, leading you to believe that there is something significant about these plants in particular that might be of use to you.
She steps away from the conversation that Harmony is currently having with those guards,
Mhm.
and sort of leans closer to look at them more closely. Gingerly, like, lifting a flower to get a look at all of its angles, not tearing any off yet, just sort of like gently coaxing it out of the bush to see it. And
So
just tries to inspect it to see if she can tell what it is.
Awesome. Go ahead and make a nature check at advantage.
I'm also going to use one of my not one of, I only have one, but I'm going to use Channel Divinity for Knowledge of the Ages to give myself proficiency in nature.
Okay.
I'm actually going to use DM Inspiration because I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Okay, go ahead and use DM Inspiration. So with proficiency, obviously, you had your proficiency bonus. So.
That's a total of 14.
14. Yeah, we'll call it a DC 13 because it's a tarot pull. So this is Athelas, King's Foil. And you can use it to make a health potion with the right herbalist.
Nice.
It also functions as an antitoxin. So it is a combined health potion and antitoxin. And it makes a greater potion of healing. That also functions as an antitoxin. So,
Dahlia,
well done. So thank you. I'm sorry to keep going back and forth, but thank you, Minstrel's Tale, for essentially getting the party a large cluster of Athelas Kingsfoil plant, so they can make this really cool potion. Carry on, Libby. I apologize. Go ahead.
Dahlia, could I borrow you for a moment?
Of course.
Do you recognize this flower?
Make a nature check at advantage.
Oh, at advantage. That's a natural 20 again and a 10.
AETH. I have to change the spelling a little bit. AETHELAS, the Aethylas plant. This is king's foil, and it is used. It is one of the most medicinal pants. It is one of the most medicinal plants that is available in the entirety of Valerian, and it is known to grow in Valtheria, the continent of Valtheria specifically. It is said to be a blessing from the Wild Mother herself.
Honestly, I am pretty sure that this is a rather strong healer, but of a flower, huh?
Aethylas.
That was my determination as well. Do you perhaps know how to harvest it? It could be useful to have on hand, provided we find an herbalist, of course.
Just take out my dagger from my little sheath on the side.
Yep, easy. So, gathering up the roots, you can take some time, and I'll say very easy. You're able to kind of cut around it and pull up a large chunk of the Aethylas plant. So you can now use that to craft a potion of greater healing that also functions as an antitoxin. So, Harmony. Back over with Sergeant Schmidt. He kind of looks over at the rest of your companions and back at you. These your wards?
Yes.
And one of them seems to be digging around in the farm. Just try to keep her under control.
I will do so. I believe we are all quite tired. My recommendation is that you go and speak with, I can't remember where the place was, the Pantheon.
Church of the Great Pantheon?
Yes. I recommend you go to the Church of the Great Pantheon and speak with a Shield of the Dawn Mother. I'm not too familiar with clerical
Lady Evelyn.
magic. Yes.
She's quite a beacon of hope, isn't she?
That she is. I recommend perhaps speaking with her more about using some sorts of magics to perhaps speak with the dead. I've heard that's something that clerics can do. You might be able to retrieve some answers.
Could be useful, but right now our orders are to secure the scene up at the Crestfall Cemetery, and I'm just taking a report, seeing what's up there. Sergeant, what can we expect?
Well, hopefully nothing, because
that's good. You've done half of our job for us. Well done, Sergeant.
You can rest easy now, can't you? Well, partially.
Well, part of me was hoping for a fight with these fucking pricks. If it was them, but I'm assuming you didn't see any rogue Duskwatch mages or necromancers or something?
No.
What did you find?
Nothing but undead creatures, like wolves, but, well, decrepit. But that's all I know. When I tried to do a search of the bodies, they crumbled upon touch, so...
Did you complete a perimeter sweep? Anything suspicious? Hidey holes, that sort of thing?
Nothing suspicious.
Well, first light of dawn should be up soon. What do you say, boys? Maybe we can find us a little, rogue Duskwatch. They kind of... Well done, Sergeant. We'll take it from here. We'll go secure the scene over at the cemetery, and we'll do a once-over and let you know what we find. There is still an active crime scene over by the ebb tide, so you may have... it may be a little noisy trying to sleep, but... we always have room at the fort, if you're interested. We can put your companions in the barracks with only the minimum amount. Heckle.
Hell no.
You're welcome to stay at the ebb tide, but there is a criminal investigation happening outside, and the residents, most of them are gawking through the windows, and we're going to be moving about and shouting back and forth with each other as we secure the scene and gather information. It's going to be an exhaustive search. We'll probably want to question the individuals that have been staying at the ebb tide. That sort of thing will probably last well into the next evening.
Well, it's entirely down to Harmony. Will turn to the rest of the group. It's entirely down to you if you prefer to stay at the ebb tide.
Yes.
Yes.
Then I suppose we're staying at the ebb tide then.
You'll have to
Yeah.
invest in some cotton for your ears.
Hmm.
I could actually grow you some. And she little bushel of cotton.
That is surprisingly handy. All right. Harmony's like,
If you check
okay.
in with Constable Elmsworth, I'm sure they will be able to give you a little bit of leeway with sleeping, should you wish to stay at night. They are serving under me, and I will make sure that you don't get in trouble. Or if they do, you can tell him to come find me.
Understood.
Sergeant.
Yes, the one that was digging around in the dirt of Farmer Evergreen's land.
Yes.
How can I help you?
Gardening is very calming. We just killed a bunch of undead. These are the keys found on the groundskeeper. Do you make sure they find their way to the next groundskeeper safely?
Do make sure that you stop digging in Farmer Evergreen's plot. Yes, I'll be coming. Kenna takes the keys out of your hands.
She gives like the dirtiest smile. The dirtiest. Turns around and continues walking, cursing in Draconic.
Have a wonderful evening, miss.
I also have something. I found this on the body. He has a spouse. I believe her name is Doreen. Would it be possible to see that she receives his wedding ring as well as the news that he was killed?
So we lost the groundskeeper.
Yes.
Now we do have a murder scene on our hands.
Unfortunately, he was like that when we made it to the cemetery.
Son of a bitch. All right. Give that
slightly-
to Constable Ellsworth.
Essie, slightly retroactive question. Did it look like the groundskeeper was like mauled like by the wolf things, or was it like a stab?
Yes.
Okay.
More than likely it was the wolves. Yes.
Right. It appeared that he was mauled by the undead wolf-like creatures.
Undead wolves.
Something similar. They were much larger than regular wolves, though. We managed to dispatch 3 of them. Did Harmony not tell them that? I'm sorry, I missed that. If that was the
I thought she had
case,
said that
Did Harmony
to watch
say
out for
wolves?
wolf-like things.
I thought she did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think what he'll do is he'll kind of blank and so seriously these actual undead wolves, not strange. That's concerning.
There were 3 of them.
Kind of nods at you and Harmony, and that was my bad.
My best guess is that the groundskeeper was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay, well we better step on it. Deliver any belongings you found. Make sure you turn them. Make sure that you turn them into Constable Ellsworth. He's heading up the investigation outside of the ebb tide. All right, soldiers.
I will make sure to do that. Thank you.
Deploy. Let's go. Double time, and they start kind of double timing it up to the cemetery. So, okay. So you also now have a collection of Kingsfoil.
Harmony, the moment they walk away and Harmony has done her job, will preemptively stuff the cotton in her ears.
Okay.
No.
Silence.
All right. So
good.
You all make your way back to the ebb tide.
Yes.
Oh, did we lose somebody?
Avalon?
Avalon.
I think we lost Avalon.
Oh no. My cameras. They all messed up.
Maybe she have internet issue.
Oh. Well, I'm going to shut the cameras off for now. Be just me first. Roll 20. All right. So I'm just going to quickly narrate this, and then if she doesn't come back, it's kind of a good time for us to leave it for the night. So what I will say is maybe she'll come back, but in the meantime, you all make your way back to the Oceantide, check in with Sergeant Ellsworth, turn in the belongings, head back to the room, and turn in for the evening. After turning in for the evening, there is a lot of distraction outside as you can hear the shouts of the constable and... Oh, here we go. They're back.
My apologies.
That's okay.
I don't know why that keeps happening. It's really random, so it's really hard to troubleshoot. Anyway, last thing I heard was that we have one thing of King's Foil.
Yep, just need you to throw the camera back on so the cameras will fix themselves.
Oopsie daisy.
Hey,
Thank you.
of course. All right, there we go.
So yeah, that was the last thing I heard. I don't know what you said after that.
All right, so the rest of y'all make your way back to the Oceantide, into your rooms, checking in with Sergeant Ellsworth and handing in any of the belongings that you had retrieved from the cemetery. Any of the evidence or the keys, the ring, etc., the documentation.
A quick pause on that. When Libby hands over the ring,
Mhm.
she also hands over 3 gold for his spouse.
Aw, give yourself DM
to help her-
inspiration.
Thank you.
You can have it
To
back.
help her through this difficult time. That's the reason she'll give.
The constable, after you make your way over the bridge and check back in with Constable Ellsworth, kind of looks at you confused and seeing the construct just looks over at the rest. Looks over at Harmony and says, "You've programmed your robot very well."
Thank you.
I am
Libby,
my
don't,
own-
no, don't. We'll fight that battle another day. We pick our battles. We are tired. Let's
Is it a-
just,
Is it a battle?
I can't. Just let him. Think, let
Warforged
him-
are not a common thing. They're like so confused, and there's
Right.
artifice and there's some kind of there's been experimental constructs, but they're few and far between. Usually they are sort of like assistants to important military individuals if they do
Basically,
exist.
we all walk through town, and none of us can walk around town without being ogled the entire
Yeah.
time. We are
To
all
be fair-
oddities.
We're famous.
To be fair, every single one of us was like, no, I have to have an overwhelming amount of protagonist energy. I have to. So we kind of deserve it a little.
Mm.
Right. So you all, is there anything else that you do on your way in between making your way to the Evergreen Farmstead, to the crime scene, to the Oceantide, to turning over things you have found?
Out of spite, I am picking any flowers responsibly. I'm not picking out too many.
Sure.
But I'm picking any flowers or herbs just out of spite and just putting them in my braids.
And
Okay.
Tina
That's
is walking
amazing.
behind Dahlia and regrowing them as she does this.
Picking and it's responsibly sourced flowers. So you
Yeah, she's not taking too many. She's just
Yeah.
flicking every so often.
okay. So anything else?
When they get back,
Bedtime.
when they get back, if Dolly is willing, Libby would talk to her. Dolly actually did get her long rest because elf, and Libby doesn't sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So all of you make your way into the Oceantide, into your rooms for the evening, and it is again very loud, and there is the occasional bang, bang, bang on some doors on throughout this multi-tiered, this dual-tiered complex that exists within the Oceantide's residential or hotel rooms or tavern rooms, with people being interviewed by the constables. But you are all ultimately able to find rest and settle in with the help of Constable Ellsworth and Harmony, and we'll wrap up on this conversation. So go ahead, you two.
Real quick.
We didn't have,
Yes.
conversation in mind. It was just hang out, get to know her since we're both awake in the middle of the night.
Okay. Also,
Real
your
quick,
mic is
also,
getting a little it's that like again. Go ahead, Mix.
Is what's her name? Cecilia, the barmaid lady, still in our room?
Bumblepot.
Erica Bumblepot.
No, the one that was drunk.
Oh, yeah. Oh jeez. What is her name?
Is she still in there? I think it's like Cecilia or Celine or something like that. Something with kind of like an S
Chelsea?
C sound. Chelsea.
Okay.
Is she still in there? Is she sleeping or is she
Yeah,
like
she's
awake?
snoring.
Perfect.
She is like out, completely snoring.
Cool.
Yeah, I believe it is Chelsea.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's asleep where you left her.
Cool.
All right. So, Libby, go ahead and try your mic again.
Yeah, I switched to my computer's like built-in mic. Is that
Much
clear
better.
at least?
Yeah, much better.
I can't hear any of you. Fuck me.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Well, you all you all it's about that time. I will say you all successfully gain the benefits of a long rest, and we can pick up that conversation to be had in 2 weeks. And after several session zeros, starting at level 2, after braving the Ashen Isle of the eldritch horrors that dwelled there, surviving a tsunami, all weathering that storm, fighting off agents of the crown that sought to pursue you, and bluffing your way into, or sliding your way into safety somehow amidst a ward from the Vaskratoria, and from surviving a bar fight and being pursued by agents of the crown into the wilds, only to be reunited and to somehow evade justice with only a simple fine for now. And after battling cultists, making new friends and powerful allies, and tracking down a lead of undead machinations outside of the ebb tide that led you to some strange conspiracy involving necromancy afoot in the lower crypts of the Crestfall Cemetary. As you all sleep in and awake roughly 9:30-ish, 10 o'clock in the morning, you find yourselves strengthened, emboldened, empowered, and you all formally level to level 3. So congrats on leveling up, everybody. I'm sorry everybody else about the cameras. We were plagued by technical difficulties in the last 15 minutes of this stream, so thank you for bearing with us. And thank you, new friends. Again, I'm going to link the Discord once more. Sorry about the cameras being a little weird right now. That's just because we've been having technical difficulties. Somebody left the stream because they were having computer issues, and when one person leaves, the whole thing kind of tumbles like dominoes because we use Discord, but we have Discord Nitro, so all kinds of cool stuff there. So you can catch us every other Saturday, so we will be back in 2 weeks here on the Saturday, on the 18th. Yeah, the 18th. And on the 25th, we will be hosting a Thirsty Sword Lesbians stream. So I am very excited about that. It is for charity. More details to be determined. But that is something that is in the works. So stay tuned for a charity stream on the 25th. I'm going to go ahead and look on Twitch and see if I can figure out who's someone that we can raid.
The next time we play, it's like a few days before my birthday.
Ooh,
Nice.
excellent.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Also, I'm at max health for Dahlia. So I rolled 2 10s. I level 2 and I level 3.
Yes.
Safety Ranger.
Alright, now I need to. What even is a rogue's hit dice? It's like an 8?
Yeah.
I'm just so glad that we're able to sleep now, guys, because It's been a long fucking day.
Yeah, it's been a long
Yeah.
day for Dahlia and Thina.
I like to imagine that like
Look at
the
us.
reason why the day feels long is because Harmony touched down and immediately had to babysit several people. It's like, the
We're
hours.
all actually experiencing this through Harmony's point of view, and everyone's like, "Is it not the end of the day yet?" And it's like, "No, she has more
No.
coming at her."
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tug of war with her soul, just everything.
So we're gonna go raid our friends and colleagues over at Dork Tales. We're gonna check them out. They are, I believe, playing Mage the Ascension late into the evening on a Saturday. So we're gonna go check them out. So thank you everybody for hanging out with us on a Saturday. Sorry about the cameras in the last 15 minutes and technical difficulties abound, but everyone has successfully leveled up to level 3. So congratulate your Heavensfire cast and party members there on level 3, and we will see you a few days before Renee's birthday. You can't even see Renee. Oh, there you go. She's at the bottom of the screen because the camera's got all. We will have an early birthday celebration for her. So we'll be back here on the 18th, and we will see. It is now the day of the dinner, so you can either choose to investigate the cemetery, or you can defer and head right over to Millicent Manor, since the dinner date in question is going to be planned for, I believe, 5 p.m., right? So not too late.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and raid
Migs?
our... Go ahead.
I said Migs definitely wants to go explore the thing, but also as a player, I'm like, let's just go to this fucking dinner.
Well, we're gonna... yeah, I know. The chaos energy is strong with Migs. So we're going to go ahead and raid Dork Tales and say hello here. These are friends and colleagues of ours, so we're going to go check them out. And you can say hello. You can say queer witches are raiding, or however you want to say it. And we got 13 ready. We're going to go ahead and hop over there and say hello. So until next time, we will see you on the next episode of ESPDND Presents Heavensfire, the interactive tarot game. So come and pull some tarot cards and join in on the chaos. So good night, everybody. We love you very much. Be gay, do crimes. Happy Pride Month, officially. Mwah. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.